trying to do it over at some point, and I was just like, at the time that you were just like, yo, let's do the thing, try to get your Nesglect. I was like, sure, but then very quickly after that, my body was just like, sleep. I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to
Sleep is for the weak.
Oh, I'm weak.
Last night I went to bed at like 2, and then my body decided that I was waking up at 4:30, and I've been awake ever since.
Damn. Actually, now that I think about it, I do remember seeing you on at like 5 something in the morning. I was like, Lisa, that's kind of early, isn't it?
Also, I have like no money from chess because I thought we were doing like M3 plus.
Oh, well, how dare you?
I know,
I don't-
awful.
I don't pay you to think. I don't pay you at all.
I don't pay you at all.
Yeah.
Do I care to get Mozzie at all? I kind of don't, actually, because he's going to be useless at some point. I'm aiming to get Bloodguard, so... I don't know.
I don't know. Galaxy Razor, the build is everyone is doing their own thing with the caveat of maximum damage.
Maximum damage. Ultra Cataclysm, you might say. I don't know, Scott. You think I should just go petless? I'm kind of thinking I'd just go petless.
You could go petless. I don't...
Because I imagine somebody else is going to want Sharpie. Sharpie's the only one that I really care about in this
Well,
case.
you know what pet I'm taking, and no one else is going to want that pet, so...
I mean, yeah, go ahead and take Oculi, obviously. Are you wanting Sharpie at all, Scott, then?
I don't care about Sharpie.
Alright, I'll take Sharpie then. Do you have any good starting gear? Jesus Christ. Gear. Not really. There's a quill there, though. Just saying. Combat start, gain 4 powerful.
I'm not going to waste any money rolling in the first shop because...
Yeah, I'm not rolling, but I'm just like, there are things here that I can just put in those slots. Sure.
I see nothing to do with sight.
Fair enough.
Although, I will say that Cornelius can grab that water base. When Cornelius heals a hero, he can apply wet. It's everything he wants.
No.
It's everything he wants.
When Cornelius heals a hero,
Yeah,
you hold on to that.
Then he applies wet.
Look, I could get cauterizes. They heal.
Aren't I going to get him nerfed this way? No, if anything, it's going to reinforce the fact that Nesglek needs to be buffed. Because he does.
As he goes on to do the most damage of anybody.
Hey, if you play your cards right, I think you could be the top of the numbers.
That implies me actually knowing the game well enough to be able to play my cards right. So you're asking a lot of me.
Look, we've played this game enough. You know how to do. Be furious. That's all Grookly needs. Getting the Blood Guard would probably help, though.
Obviously.
You know how you know it's cold at my place, and I still refuse to turn on the heat because I'm a cheap bastard? I have a blanket set up over my keyboard and mouse to keep my hands warm.
That's kind of sad.
Lord. My AC went out over the weekend, and it dropped down to 60. And my comfort temperature is 70, and I was like, I cannot stand this.
You poor thing. 60 degrees. How do you live?
Whenever your comfort temperature is a certain place, if it's plus or minus like 2 or 3 degrees, you feel it. And I was really feeling it.
My comfort temperature is like 68. It's in my apartment, it's like 45.
Look, man, they have things called space heaters, all right?
Yeah, and I don't want to run them anymore because it drives my electricity price through the roof.
A tiny little space heater in that one in your computer room? It does not. It doesn't use anywhere near as much energy as like an actual AC, and
it literally quadruples my electricity for the month. How's it going, Denver?
Right then.
And how's it going, King Bradley?
Oh boy. Oh boy!
Man, I'm already done. You guys are.
Look, man,
I'm
give
looking.
us time.
I'm looking.
You're not looking hard enough.
Well, I don't think you're looking hard enough because I'm done. I have time to look at your stuff. How's it going, Maliker?
I don't want any more reckless charges.
I'm glad you enjoy the Nova Drift content. I'll probably be streaming it at some point this week.
Don't forget that Lee streams 4 times a week.
I sure do. I do need to. I think on my Twitch schedule it still says 2 times a week. I think I have to remember to upgrade to update that. And yes, we only have 3 people today. We couldn't round up a 4th person.
Yeah, and that's my excuse for taking so long. I had to do 2 characters.
Oh, come on, give me...
I'm already done, by the way.
Thanks. I don't know what to do. My brain is just not working today, okay?
Just
Today?
be be furious.
Very, very funny. I don't know.
You get your good attacks because when you're furious, you need good attacks. Still, you get your carnages.
Okay, yeah, carnage.
Let's see. There's the back attack for fury that I usually like getting.
Yeah, you want flanking strike. You don't want precise strikes. They suck. You want. I'm trying to think. Fury.
Oh God.
I mean, there's
usually do fury too much, but
Oh, wait, hold on. The most important card of them all. I almost forgot. The Obelisk.
yeah, that's always a good one to have. Like you probably wouldn't do poorly to have like a pummel just because multi-hit attacks when your fury is very high does a lot of damage.
Does that have 2 different attack values on it?
You can get an extra attack by staying on the front monster, or you can just have it repeat 3 but targetable.
Wait, where's Pop? For fuck's sake.
Is there a build today? The build today is maximum damage. Don't care how you get there. Just damage.
Damage.
We're going to try to beat this game to submission.
No. I don't know if I want rampages or not. Fuck. God. Okay, I'm tired of wasting time here.
So what is this game? You haven't seen it before. This game is called Across the Obelisk. It is a deck building roguelike, but it's multiplayer. So you have a party of 4. They can each be controlled by an individual person, or if you have less than that, one person can control multiple people. Scott is controlling Reginald and Cornelius. I'm controlling Nesglect. Viper's controlling the Gurgles.
God. Gotta get some... Damn it. I'm having such a hard time figuring out what I want to do here. I got blood for bloods and I want to get rid of them.
Well, then get rid of them. Let's see. It's like, and there's gonna be stuff that you're gonna be getting later, but like ground slam is always nice because it's like an AOE and it's vulnerable. I like getting cleaves early game just because, it hits everybody. It's kind of nice. The cleaves probably won't last your entire run, but they're nice early. If you want to just thin out your deck, you can always go the war paint route. Just grab a couple of war paints.
Okay. Yes.
How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good.
Get rid of these blood for bloods. They're not going to do anything for me. War paint. No, I want the ones that draw cards. God, I don't want to upgrade these precise strikes, but I don't want them to be useless. Okay, there we go. I'm done. Let's go.
Scott, is it safe to presume that you don't plan on keeping like any of those cards for Reginald?
I'm gonna be keeping some of them.
I just noticed that none of them were upgraded, so I was just like, maybe he's just like, I'm gonna toss all of these eventually.
Nope, that was an oversight on my part.
I'm done. Also, dang it.
Firebolt.
I mean, it won't matter that much for Act 1.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Jade Ring's not bad.
Meh.
I'm not gonna get it because I'm gonna want sight stuff, and I don't have a ton of money, so I don't want to waste it on the Jade Ring. But the Jade Ring is good in general.
Yeah, I don't want to waste it either.
Okay. Do we want to do Goblin Settlement? I like Goblin
Oops.
Settlement.
I don't know why I clicked on that without even thinking about it.
Yeah, Goblin Settlement is good, and we can fight the Dryad boss.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can still go this. We can go either way, so it's
I
fine.
don't know what the Empty Bridge does when you have Cornelius. I can't remember, but we can go there and see.
Reggie has no healing. Yes, because we're going maximum damage. And Nezglect has healing. Sort of.
I'll let fate
Ish.
decide.
He has healing if he doesn't kill everything, which means he only very, very technically has healing.
Which means that if everyone dies, it's Reginald's fault.
No.
Because he's up front, which means that he's leading the party. How's it going, Primer? You assume the money and crystals is shared? No, we each have our own individual money and crystals.
Mm-hmm. Crystals being called shards.
Well, yeah. But the money is for buying stuff like equipment, and the shards are for buying and upgrading cards.
Of course you would.
Nezglect
I
may
guess
be your new favorite healer. I agree. He's a little underpowered, but he's pretty good.
Shut up. Don't listen to Lee about Nezglect's power. He lies. He lies a lot.
Last time I played Nezglect, he got the least amount of damage in the party. Therefore, it can be concluded that he's weak.
Not correctly, but it could be.
Look, I never claimed correctness.
That's why I wanted to clarify.
Mm-hmm.
I got not a single mind vision. Why isn't Grookly in the front? Because Reginald's the tank.
Because Lee decided it would be funny.
To be fair, Reginald does make a better tank than Grookly, despite Grookly being a warrior.
Yeah. It's like, I did it like 10% because it was funny, but 90% because it was correct.
Yeah. I didn't. I wanted to concentrate on nothing but Fury, and if I'm doing that, I can't have my deck stuffed with defense stuff. So
If Grookly is going full offense, he should absolutely not be in front, because Grookly kills himself. He doesn't need help from anybody else.
You know, that foresight is surprisingly decent when corrupt. I
Yeah.
almost want that. If I was going faster than Nezglect, I probably would, but I'm not. So
If that was for me, I would have considered it. I'm still not positive I'd take it. I'd probably take it this early on, but I probably wouldn't keep it very long.
you push Betty aside and keep going.
Yeah, we don't want to save
Hello
Betty
there.
because that requires going north. We gotta go south.
yeah.
How's it going, Paul?
Which is a little sad because the Golden Cloak actually would have been really good for Reginald on this playthrough. Oh,
Excuse
hello.
me.
Wow.
Yes, please.
A corrupt meditate.
Nah,
in
you don't
Act
need
1.
that. Come on, man.
Oh, it's so
Damn.
good.
Nah, you didn't need that.
That's dumb.
Like
I
this run is completely corrupt. We're gonna have to dump it. Start over. Clearly.
I've never seen a corrupt meditate this early. Like, not even close to this early.
Should probably
Actually,
flanking strike first, because then you get the fury.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be furious.
I should have, but I'm dumb. Plus, I mean, I'm not really gonna. Actually, if I do this, then it means I can Vigorous Fury, and There we go.
And it does nothing because
For
all of
nothing.
those were destroy
Every
cards.
card you played was a vanish card,
Oh,
so
of course it was. Whatever.
You like tanking with
doesn't-
Grookly
it
and you
doesn't
don't take
matter.
any defense cards? You could definitely do that. I've done it. You can tank with
I mean-
anybody. I've tanked with mages.
Yeah, I mean, you can with Grookly, just like any other class, you can sort of bend them one way or another. Although I will say that if you try to do anything other than fire with Cornelius, it doesn't really work in your favor because Cornelius, all of his perks per level is all based on fire. So if you're doing anything other than fire, then it kind of hurts you.
Yeah, but he can still do it. He's a team player.
Except for whenever you're trying to do a shock build, you have wet, and then you take a perk that makes it so that you apply burn no matter what you do.
Well, yeah, well, as long as you don't do that, you're fine.
Which I did do that, cough, cough.
But as long as you don't, you're fine.
all this buffer is really cramping my style. Like, I can't do anything to them because I can't apply any burn.
Well, on the one hand, I'm going to get rid of all of that buffer. On the other hand, I'm not going to be able to do much healing because of all of said buffer. Let's say you want to just... that's actually probably smart. I was like, you can take
Yeah,
out those first
'cause
two,
if
but
you
if I
get
get
a
a clairvoyance,
clairvoyance,
then it's
yeah.
already done. Hey, look, a clairvoyance.
What are the odds?
Let's fish here.
So Reggie is a little hurt.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. I'll get rid of you. I'm just gonna do maximum damage. I am gonna kill him just for safety. Let's see, this would get rid of all the buffer. But I'm going to do that because that's going to add the most sight, which is the most healing that I can do. Alright. Get him, Gurkles.
Where's the less damage? Only the front monster. Oh, fuck, these are all front monster only. That's a bit unfortunate.
Well, kill him. If you blood rage, you can finish it.
It's gonna kill it. So just to save Reggie from any more damage, I did it for you, Scott.
It was all worth it.
That's a corrupt fireball.
But I know what he's actually pondering.
No.
It had nothing to do with fire.
I thought about that Shock Nova, even though it's Cornelius.
But early Shock Nova is pretty good. So
Yeah.
I understood. I knew exactly what you were looking at, and I was like, I get it.
The only reason I didn't take it was because Cornelius is too slow to fully take advantage of it.
I think I recognize that brand. I will order them to stay away.
I order them to stay away.
Hey, we got gold.
Money.
Hey.
Alright, river bridges.
I will say, I really wish we could go to that altar for reasons.
Stay a while and listen.
Stay a while.
I didn't realize they actually flat out made him Deckard Cain.
I kind of want to do it, but it's slightly less odds than foraging.
Let's
All
go.
right.
I believe.
Scott's like, let's fucking.
Oh!
There you go.
Haha!
Oh, wait, I remember now. The wizard was me. And I left some items in gold hidden in a magic
Oh,
rock.
holy crap! Who would have guessed?
Not good
Wow.
items.
Look at those items.
Which is why he didn't take them with him.
Oh boy.
I hid some garbage around here.
So, gold?
Although, sadly enough, I am actually going to take that Scholar Robe because it's 10% fire resistance.
Well.
Would you believe all of this crap I found? Scott,
benediction
that's
for
up to
Reggie.
you.
There's a small part of me that wants to take that.
But it's
I'll
not
probably-
damage.
It's bless,
Well,
which
then-
equals more damage.
Eventually. I guess. Maybe.
Or we could just do the rare equipment shop.
That feels more right somehow.
Okay. Feel free to take that out of context.
Why is it always with you in the context?
'Cause it's funny. Let's see.
Yeah, so get your flankings in there.
Good God.
Be furious.
Smack, smack.
And,
I'm not gonna blood rage.
Yeah, just-
I'm already hurting myself too much.
yeah, just carnage.
Doink, doink.
Doink the
Alright.
clown.
There, I healed myself a little bit, which is just gonna turn around to hurt me.
No, the bullet's the one that hurt you. Oh god, they set our Cornelius on fire.
Oh no,
No.
how terrible.
The humanity.
Whatever will we do? Cough, cough.
Whose bright idea was it to see the fire mage who was constantly on fire and be like, let's give him all of these paper scrolls?
I
Yeah.
mean, the paper could be enchanted. You don't know.
It seems like lack of foresight.
So 3 sight.
No.
That's.
Stop it.
I mean, you say that, but I know deep down there's a part of you that's like, that was good.
No. I haven't found it.
No. Like you're just jealous because you didn't think of it yourself.
I promise you I'm not.
Uh huh. Reggie, if you could do some healing, it'd be awesome, man.
I literally can't.
that's
Well,
that's not what we do here.
But I can
I'll-
kill things, because that's what we do here.
It's like, and I'll do a little bit of healing. Oh, hey, look, I meditate.
provided anything even survives long enough for that.
Let's see. Not gonna need 2 clairvoyances, I don't think.
Now it's just murder the evoker.
But not murder too hard, because, you know, sight at the end of my turn. Here, Scott, banish stuff unnecessarily.
Ooh,
Uh.
did it.
I'm glad that you're enjoying the series, Fent, because I also really enjoyed that series. I actually went back to watch that episode recently just because it's been a while, and it's so good. Oh, she got enough armor.
Even if she didn't get the block, she would have still lived. She had a lot of fire resist. She's technically dead, but she's about to be really dead.
On a scale from 1 to dead.
Oh. I can heal myself! I forgot I do have that one card.
Yes, Valkyria Chronicles is an amazing game. And I quite enjoy it. Oh, why did you get the mind visions?
I'm almost tempted to take it because I I mean, you're not applying tremendous amounts of sight this early on, but that could work. Or I could take the Holy Smite. I don't know. Or I could just take
Ah.
yeah, screw.
Take 50
Shards.
Look at all this nothing.
Look, Malik here. Advance Wars is a touchy subject with me. Lee knows.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
He. Reginald, do you want a dark outbreak?
No.
I do. Exotic equipment shop. We can deal with this, right? Right?
Maybe.
Just the trepidation.
Oh my gosh.
We're already nearly dying. If you give them the
Well,
extra damage and vulnerable.
we is a strong term. I'm not dying.
Me and Viper.
I
And
feel
when we
great.
die, you're next.
Nah.
Because then you're on the front.
Secretly, this is a last man standing contest.
Well, then Cornelius is in the back, so I guess I'm okay.
Cornelius will kill himself. I'm not worried about Cornelius. Just give him enough time.
Look, that's why I took a mana shield.
I am heavily debating it.
I think it's scary. I think we could probably pull it off, but I'm not sure that we could do it without losing at least one character in the process.
Also, it's only Act 1. I mean, how good is it going to be?
Just looking at the types of enemies, if there was a Dryad here, I'd be like, hell no. But since there's no Dryad here, I think we can do it.
I believe. Oh, welcome
Back,
back.
King Bradley. I hope your internet's better.
Oh, Reginald, you're gonna have a card to
Oh.
remove after this.
This is unfortunate because I can't, like, the two, they're separated by a Shrunky, so I cannot slow both of them down.
You just hit the guy in the back.
And flanking strike first.
Also that.
Whatever. You know what? I actually, at this point, I don't want to apply any more fury to myself than I have to.
You don't want to do damage so they die?
Look, man, once I have Bloodguard, then yes, I'm going to get all the fury. But right now, since I'm hurt and we don't have a real healer, then I'm not taking any more chances.
Fine, I'll make it a point not to heal you anymore somehow. I don't know how,
Sure.
but I'll figure it out.
Says the one that doesn't have any direct healing spells.
But I do a lot of healing.
Uh-huh. By happenstance.
Okay. I don't understand what your point is there. Sure do.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he can't stop the happenstance.
That
healing
was
because
the joke.
That's the joke.
I know. Nesclect is the healiest healer. He cares for nothing but the health of his comrades.
This is my surprised face.
And maybe occasionally putting a tadpole in someone's eye. But we don't talk about that. That's a lot of mental shaking. Yep, that's fine. I think he's just dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Well, this is actually best case scenario because we get a heal and then he's dead.
Oh. Yay.
So that went easy. Easy and peasy.
I mean, easier than what I was thinking it was going to.
Yes, because y'all being negative Nancy's.
Being cautious.
You got to be a positive Patrick. Vision ring, I'll take
Oh.
that.
Well, more bless. I just wish I could take this filthy healing done plus off of this chalice.
This fifty.
Filthy.
I wish that bone ring was, I don't know, say a madness ring, just for example. But alas.
Or a terror ring.
I would
Not sure
I would
how
accept a
this
terror
works.
ring. I'd also take the plus sight amulet. I don't remember what it's called.
The all-seeing amulet.
Yeah, I'd take that.
Well, she's definitely going first.
Cornelius, let her up like a Christmas tree. She's literally called a dryad. She'll go up in flames real easy.
Yeah, it's a good thing we're not fighting a wet ad.
Exactly.
So all that speed that you got there? Oh, that's a shame, isn't it?
That one Trunky's real slow. Cause it's
So
dead.
slow. So slow, it's like he never even made it here.
Nah, it's fine. There we go. For now, I'm going to keep the fury at a minimum. I'm going to keep it on a simmer. He's just going to be irritated for now.
Relatable.
Despite all my rage, I'm still...
Ugh. More powerful.
More power! You get to do the more power.
Oh, I'm shocked that didn't hit the trunky. Relieved, but shocked.
That Trunky is going to live until he gets his turn. I'm waiting for
No,
it.
he's not. No, he's not.
Good.
No, he's not.
You don't know.
No, he's not. Look, I'm looking at the turns right now. He ain't getting a turn.
Look, you can
If Gurkles has anything to say about it, he ain't getting a turn.
draw really poorly.
Actually, I could. He might. It's just by like how luck do, he might actually get a turn.
Look, I'm leaving it in your hands.
Kill her.
I'm not gonna kill her.
No.
And just because it's funny, I could allow you to help out to make sure that Trunky dies, but I think fate means that.
Why would you give Cornelius buffer?
Oh yeah, that's even funnier.
Wow.
No triple digit fury in Act 1?
Not quite. Oh yeah, I got it in my turn. I always forget. That's the problem with Banish.
Feck's sake, man.
I cast Banish and I'm like, and my turn is over.
My turn is over.
Flanking strike.
Ah, shit. That's unfortunate. Alright.
Leave the Trunky to live out his days.
No.
If you
Wait, I can't-
reckless charge flanking strike, you can kill the trunky while still doing decent damage to the dryad.
Yep.
Wait, just charge what now?
Yeah,
Reckless charge and then flanking strike.
because that'll make the flanking strike do more damage.
Oh, yes, of course.
Nah, yes.
Let's see.
Oh, yes, of course.
Hello there.
Quite.
Yes.
And you can
Right.
discard either the fury slash or the precise strike, doesn't matter.
How's it going, Boggs?
That. There we go. Thank God. That I was mostly concerned with getting the most number of cards in my discards just so I could get that vitality heal.
He's got so much paper.
How do you get
That's
more
interesting.
flames? You stoke the fire.
Man, that fire's pretty stoked, man.
I'm pretty stoked for that fire. Boom.
Woo.
How's it going, to Tribulus? Hey, I can get baptism.
Oh, hello.
Exploit openings, you say?
Corrupt Siri Nova.
Somebody around here's wanting to do a bunch of side stuff. I might take advantage of that.
Yeah,
No,
I
I'm
mean,
not- I could, but it's not going to be anywhere near as much damage as you're going to be doing with side, and it's going to be stuffing my deck. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I
wanna-
want Fury stuff.
So you want to focus on just being angry.
Grudge, let's see here. Damaged by others. Nah, I think Onslaught. Yep, go for the moon. Blah blah blah.
To the moon.
Oh, we shouldn't have we should have gotten the burn injury so that Cornelius could get burned more.
You stop that.
Oh no, that's.
I mean, Dryad does give me free damage. Alright, sure, why not?
Until the next time.
Well,
Anyway.
we're gonna take the Dryad mask. I guess I'm taking the slingshot.
You're like, hey, free damage.
Yeah, well, keep in mind Reggie does bless, so it's like that scales up the item damage too.
True.
Which is why actually the Dryad mask is ridiculously good for him because it's holy and fire damage. But the slingshot works too because it's piercing damage, but again, bless will continually increase it. I almost want the forest crown. Do I really want the forest crown though?
Or do you want 75
sure.
bones?
Money.
Ow. A tribulus? That sounds awful. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't do me like
Banquet!
that.
Oh yeah.
Don't do me like that. Yeah, yeah. Well fed. Yes, please.
See,
Delicious.
that's the healing that we need.
That's the healing. We don't need any more healing than that. Throw away all the garbage healing.
Gurkly, do you want shield breaker?
No, I don't.
Okay. Turn 1 harpy always sucks.
Yeah. Da-da-da-da-da. Shit. Alright.
You can onslaught, flanking strike, and then do things.
True.
And then war paint.
Oh, war paint. Oh, you're sure, huh? Only if I play. Well, actually, no. None of these are exhausts. So.
Honestly, you can reckless the fury because it's so early, and then just play the other 2 cards.
True.
Or you can do that.
Or you can do that.
Well, you said Fury.
The
The
vigorous,
vigorous
fury.
You needed to specify that.
I didn't think I did, but here we are.
For fuck's sake, dude. They both had Fury and then whatever.
Yeah, it should have been obvious because you have Vigorous
Or
Fury does
somewhere.
nothing for you turn 1, and you had
Yeah.
enough mana to play everything else.
Oops. Whatever. There.
Ah, so powerful.
Power.
Yeah.
I really want that blue card as soon as possible.
Ooh.
I was gonna say that Searing Nova means you have decisions to make.
AoE!
I wasn't sure which was better between that and everything else. It was close.
It
Yeah.
sounded like you lagged whenever you said it. You went, "Ooh."
Yeah, that was the thing with the Rocky movies. They're made so long ago that Sylvester Stallone just lagged a lot.
So that's what it is. Okay.
Every time he got hit, it's just buffering, buffering, buffering.
Well, I almost killed Poncho. You should be able to finish him.
Poncho?
Yeah.
Is he immune
That's his
to...
name.
Oh, yeah.
Aw. He should have been immune to wet. That would have been funnier.
I mean, he's already
dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
So, yeah.
Work on
This
the flying.
guy. Well, you're gonna go before that guy, so.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll just
Just kill her.
I'll just kill both of these guys.
There we go. And he gets a start. No, it doesn't.
And a whole lot of nothing. I haven't got any good cards thus far, but I can't complain because I got that crazy meditate. So I'm really in no right to say anything. If anything, it's the balancing act. That's how it makes sense.
It's been unfortunate that he's immune to bleed, but whatever. Okay, now this time.
Get that sap.
This time. I mean, I could Reckless Charge. Reckless Charge one of the Blood Rages? Yeah. Yeah, I'll Reckless Charge one of the Blood Rages.
A Tribulus, that sounds painful. As someone who got a fingernail ripped off as a child, I know how much that sucks.
Yeah.
So meditate best card. For the cleric class, meditate might be best card. Just if you're talking in general and not character specific.
Yeah, simply because it's one of the only cards in the game that's just an auto correct pick no matter what the hell you're doing. It literally does not matter what deck you're playing. It's just a fantastic card.
It always makes your deck better under every circumstance.
Yeah, there's literally never a reason not to take it. Yeah, screw it.
All right.
So now Cornelius is just hurting himself to hurt himself. Somebody get that old man some help.
Crawling in my skin.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I need to do both Holy Storms.
A Tribulus, your story and my story is actually quite similar. When I was a kid, my finger got run over by a scooter. And the nail...
My finger got run over by a scooter. No, that doesn't have the same ring to it.
But it's just as funny.
My nail didn't shatter. It just got mostly ripped off. And then I got the only 2 stitches of my life were to hold the nail on. And it was like... It became like a door hinge, and I would like open up my nail to like gross out people.
That is gross.
But I can watch my new nail grow underneath my old nail. It was really fascinating.
I hope everybody in chat's already had lunch.
It's 10:38.
I hope everybody in chat's already had lunch.
And everyone in the world lives on Eastern Standard Time.
Clearly.
That's why it's called Standard.
You better onslaught first.
I know.
Because by golly, that's a good play.
Dag bong ding diggly-doo.
Ooh.
What would you say?
Say Furious and flanking first. Flank the Furious and then pummel. Maximum anger.
Yeah.
It's like, don't worry about the thorns. We're going to be going into town.
Unless this kills me right here and now.
That did shockingly little damage because he's got so much physical resistance.
Because he's got fucking reinforced.
It's fine. Cornelius is here.
Yeah.
If somebody could grab Purge or two, I'd be mighty grateful because...
Reginald will be getting Purging Ray at some point.
Awesome. Because Reinforce is going to be the bane of my entire everything that I'm doing.
I mean, to be fair, Warriors do have an attack that just purges Reinforce now.
They do?
Kaboom!
Oh, Cornelius, the first one to effectively pad the numbers.
Yep.
He's in the lead. Corrupt Pandemonium. Don't mind if I do.
A corrupt butchering.
I can't completely use the Pandemonium yet. I need the Ring of Madness for that, but still pretty good.
Scott, what do you think? Yeah or nay on butchering? On a corrupt butchering?
My problem with butchering is just it costs so much.
Yeah, I don't like butchering that much. Like, it technically causes a lot of bleed, but other than that, eh. The problem with a lot of warrior cards is it feels like they're more expensive than they should be, and like
Yeah,
there aren't
probably.
very many good warrior cards that are cheap and effective. So you end up with all these cards that cost 2 or 3, and you can't play half of them anyway.
Yeah.
Look at all that money.
Look at all these chicken.
Do we want to do red portal next, just so Cornelius doesn't have to suffer so much in Act 3?
Yeah, get the better fire gear now and get the fire boss out of the way.
And the pandemonium is
Plus-
Future investment, assuming that I can get a madness ring.
Plus, if we go to the Raging Beast, I can get something for Grookly. But ideally, I really want to get my hands on Bloodguard right here, right now.
No,
although
and there's a
I-
burning orb just sitting in the shop.
There
Well,
sure is.
There sure was. Past tense.
I was looking very briefly at the breastplate, but then
Nope,
I was just
Reginald
like,
needs
nah.
it.
I'll just grab me another meditate here.
I probably shouldn't try rerolling too
And
hard
normally
with
this is
those.
where I buy a pandemonium, but I have a pandemonium now, so I don't have to. And I don't think there's any other epic level cards that I want or need.
3 rolls in, I found a Scryer's Staff.
I don't want Scryer Staff today. I want...
I also found a Royal Coin, interestingly enough.
Royal Coin would be pretty good. Getting that in Act 2 is nice, because if you hold it until Act 3,
Act 3 is where you do most of the buy-in.
Yeah. I really need that Bloodguard, though. Like, I'm going to be doing almost nothing
Ooh.
as far as Fury goes.
I'm happy to hear employment inbound and sorry to hear that you're stranded 3 towns away from home.
Unfortunate.
Well, hopefully
you can find somebody to pick
pick you up or something.
Jeez. Alright, fine. And if you won't pick it up, I'll pick up the Royal Coin.
Well, hold on a second. We can
Alright, are you
do
still on
the
the spot?
thing. Yeah, I'm still on the spot. That's the reason why I didn't get it. I was like, if we want to, we can try to get the we can try to do the thing.
Well,
Is Scott gonna try to count us down or what?
yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
On 0.
Mhm.
3, 2, 1, 0.
I heard a double buy.
Yep.
Okay. We've got discounts.
Yeah, we has discounts. Unfortunately, that doesn't apply to rerolls, so I'm going to reroll one more time.
There's a
And-
blackguard.
Oh,
That would be
man.
fine if I went terror, but I don't know if I want to go terror ring.
Crap. I got excited very briefly until I saw that it was a red steel cloak and not Bloodguard.
I don't think I'm gonna reroll anymore. I gotta save this money. So I think that means that I'm done for now.
Yeah. I'm not getting anything else. I do need to... Oh, God. I'm not even going to get Infuriate. Not yet. Because I don't have the means to be able to mitigate that kind of crap. Get Enraged, though. I'm not even going to get Whirlwind. I just don't have the means to be able to use that stuff effectively. What else? What am I going to get rid of? Precise Strikes. Yeah, I don't need these.
Did you grab your whirlwind yet?
No, I'm not even getting Whirlwind yet.
Why
it's
not?
It's too expensive. I'm going to be more useful doing other things first.
I disagree. I think you get rid of those reckless charges and you replace those with a whirlwind. It's like reckless charges and precise strikes are butt cards.
the more
I-
damaged one because I don't care about bleed.
I'm somewhat familiar with southern Maine because my dad used to live in southern Maine. He lived in Sanford, which you might have heard of, and then he lived in North Shapley, which you probably haven't because it has a population of like 7. My favorite thing about where he lived in Sanford, though, was across the street there was a gas station that had a soda machine, and if you ordered specifically Dr. Pepper out of that soda machine, there was like a 50-50 shot that it would drop 2 cans instead of 1.
You gotta love those slightly busted machines that do that kind of
It was
thing.
great. And there was also Chunky's movie theater up there that it's just the best movie theater in the world. Because it's like you can order dinner while you're watching the movie, and like all of the chairs are like Lincoln Town Car seats turned into chairs that are super comfortable.
Hold on a second. If we go to the Raging Beast, I could get something good for Grookley, couldn't I?
You can get similarly good, like it's still
Okay,
not
fair
as good.
enough.
If you're talking about the weapon, like the Berserker Claw is still better.
Yeah, you want the Berserker Claw. Definitely.
Also, an immediate equipment shop?
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, yeah.
Look, clearly Reginald wanted the baptism, or whoever that was going to wanted the baptism.
Clearly.
Oh, we're off to a good start.
Yeah, I think most kids get horribly injured as kids. Wait. Well,
Yeah?
As opposed to getting
most-
horribly injured.
Horribly injured as
as
adults.
most people get their worst injuries as kids. There we go. That makes more sense as a sentence.
More sentence.
Look, remember
You
when
nailed
I
it,
was
man.
telling you earlier that I only technically slept for like 2 hours?
Uh-huh.
I can't word good on the best of days.
Clearly. You nailed that so hard. That's a little sad.
Yeah, you could not combusticate.
I'm trying to decide if I go for the spider or for Lana. Don't
God,
know
that's
which,
Lana.
or the mystic. Actually, they're all really bad for me.
All of the above.
All of the yes. Who dies? Yes.
Shockingly, Scott goes for Spider.
Uh huh.
I mean, if he's going for Spider, provided Grookley gets another turn.
The Spider is gone.
That's why it took me so long to decide, because I'm like, whichever one of them I target, I'm murdering, but I need to decide which one. Hey, look, Spider was replaced.
I'm sad. I'm still gonna do it, but I'm sad about it.
It was replaced with a much less effective Spider. In fact, it's already dead, see?
I'll put him into a range that you should be able to finish.
Yeah, I think I can kill the mystic. Well, Lana has 1 burn on her.
It's enough.
This is also enough.
Just.
That's the best kind of enough. Hit her with that holy fire. You know you want to.
No, she's gonna do nonsense. Of course she does.
You've been guised.
I'm just glad she didn't hit Cornelius with that. Because that wet is scary.
That whirlwind. Oh, okay. I was gonna say if you draw, you have a 25% chance of drawing a hatch, but you didn't, so you're good. Flanking strike first, then whirlwind. No more Lana.
And then Blood Rage Carnage is not a bad idea either.
Nope, I'm not gonna do it because he's got reinforce. That's gonna be pathetic amounts of damage.
Look, you could have did it. I would have believed in you.
Yeah, well, since I didn't believe in me, anything that anybody else believed in is a moot point.
No, you just gotta believe in the me that believes in you.
No, I don't.
Believe in the power of anime.
That spider got it good.
Your spider grudge continues on.
Look, if we go to the spider cave, everyone will understand Cornelius.
I mean,
Cornelius and I have that in common.
I already knew about that because I've done that many times as Cornelius, in fact.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't want any of this.
Did you want to cauterize yourself?
Last. It's like, it's actually tempting because it does apply burn regardless.
Look, you can get rid of bleeds, heal yourself, and then set yourself on fire. It's everything you want.
The funny thing is, it's actively worse for me if I upgrade it, because if I upgrade it to blue, it no longer applies burn.
Oh, yeah. And then the yellow one just dispels burn instead of applying
which is awful.
It's like, no matter what you do, like, it actively
for now.
becomes worse.
I also kind of want Holy Blast, but I'm not stacking enough Bless right now for it to matter.
It was not a JoJo reference.
Oh, look, a porcupine.
And a
super
porcupine.
Early. Now that we don't care.
Actively offended at this.
Look, two things that are really awesome in any other circumstance and now are just garbage. That's great. Thanks, gang.
This game, like, it knows what it's doing.
Yeah, it does.
It knows what it did.
But you know what?
What?
I'll take that.
Well, you know.
What?
Look, I just took a healing card.
I'm at a loss. I don't know what to say anymore.
Corrupt spark of life for Reggie.
I don't want to do that.
It's just so many wrong things happening all at once.
All the burn one on the people that didn't want it, except for the one that did.
What are you talking about? You're not burned.
Ooh, this is actually really exciting. Rin just posted in the ATO Discord that coming up there's going to be more accurate death predictions in the health bars. So like it's actually going to calculate the burn damage as well as the bleed damage, and you'll be able to see whether or not the enemy is going to die. Like it'll have a skull indicator if they are going to die from dots.
Oh, cool.
I could dig
So
it.
that actually looks really good.
Yeah, that seems mightily convenient.
Glad I thought of it and told him to do it. I like how you can actively heal somebody else, and then you're just like, but I can heal myself
Look,
for 2.
This heals me for 2.
2.
And I'll do a lot more damage. That's me. What do I go after? Really don't like the Mystic. Saul has to die.
You better call Saul.
No.
It's like, you stop that right now.
Yes, it's ATO, not AOT. I must confess, I was never a big fan of Attack on Titan. I watched a little bit of it.
Aw. Saul is almost dead. No!
He knew what he was doing.
He got his revenge. He's like, I'll put out that fire.
Just the sadness in your voice was everything to me.
That vulnerable, though.
Oh, I should have waited.
Oh, uh-oh. Whoops. Ba-ba-ba-da. Chilling glaze. Well.
Like a good donut, they're now glazed.
Glazed
say
and
kill-
confused.
I was gonna say kill the one with the least amount of
Pebble!
sights. Okay.
Yeah,
that was a
that's-
slingshot finish.
Ooh. Another carnage, you say? Don't mind if I do.
A yellow cauterized? No, thank you.
Yeah, I was gonna say evocation though. That's free real estate.
Evocation's pretty good.
Participate in the arena.
Murder.
Murder. To get that reference, watch their Hades playthrough.
For
Exclamation mark YouTube.
for X reference, watch Y.
Let's see here. Just start with the flanking strike. Why not? It's the safe thing. Just double carnage.
With a blood rage, you can do literally everything.
I could. I just don't want to. I don't want to hurt myself.
You're Grookly. Get used to it.
I don't want to hurt myself.
Join the rest of the team. Everyone else is hurting themselves, except for Nezglect, I guess.
Okay,
Well,
I
he's
hurt
got
myself just
fanaticisms.
automatically.
Yeah,
Alright, fine.
but most of the time I'm healing everybody. I'm a good boy.
You. Haha.
Look, and if you're a good boy too, and you eat all your vitamins and do your homework, I might even put a tadpole in your eye.
Cornelius is the only one not directly hurting himself, but he's setting himself on fire, which is just as good.
Cornelius isn't directly hurting himself. He's literally standing in a bonfire.
I mean, he's got
Spider
fire
must
on
go.
him already. Like that's just the way. That's just like his blankets. Like instead of putting a blanket over himself in the middle of the night, he just sets the bed on fire.
25, 60. Guess I can do that.
That is 1 or 2 burn.
So that should kill. Yeah, they're both dead. Mana gem.
Manager. Ta-da. Ta-da.
I did it. It was all me.
Uh-huh.
Oh, come on. Why do you have to do that to me?
Hey, I
don't
got
need-
one of those.
That's actually super tempting.
Lee, I don't need 2 throw boluses, do I?
No, you don't.
Okay.
Oh,
I was briefly tempted, but then
I
was
might
like,
not keep it.
we're gonna
later,
be Pandemona Bros.
no. What?
Yeah, we'll go Fangang. They're gonna be less resistant to fire.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
but they also won't be setting me on fire. Damn it.
I didn't think about that.
But they will attack you.
They are
hurt
gonna
you.
hurt you though, and
And
slowing us down.
and slow you down, make you bleed, all of the good stuff.
Give me my throw bolus so I can make that last one go. Oh, damn it, game.
Well, you can enrage. You don't know. Yeah, hold on.
And
You can war paint. Hold on.
And war paint. Ah, damn it. Well, I mean, technically,
You
this is
can
also.
onslaught into something good.
Yeah, you can onslaught. Hold on.
Jesus Christ. Come on. And all of these are exhaust, so my Rigorous Fury is going to do nothing. Ah!
Yeah, it's
Good
just
times.
flanking strike, furious slash, I guess.
Yeah. Here you go. Hold this for me, just real quick.
I will set them ablaze right now.
I really hope I have to get that. Like, my entire bill is going to be hinging on me getting Bloodguard. If I don't get Bloodguard, then Grookly is going to be effectively useless this run.
No, you just gotta go YOLO.
I can't. No.
There's an upgrade that you can get that allows you to take less damage from your self bleed
Yeah, but
at the cost of other things. Now we're talking. Let's see. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
You can play everything with those cards. So.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm gonna put away the prophecy.
Put away the prophecy. Sound like a parent talking to their kid at this grocery store. Put away the prophecy.
But Mom, I
Put it away.
wanna. That'll
Look,
kill him.
Whatever you don't kill, Reginald will kill.
I also wanted maximum healing.
I mean, the front and the back guys are effectively dead anyways.
Oh, holy fire!
Holy fire! Ah,
Oh,
Panda Bros!
Oh, but that'll just kill them.
I mean, so will that.
I've spent the damage. Done. Just hit.
Wow.
And then that also allows me to heal a little bit.
Ta-da.
Hey, a corrupt unholy storm.
Well, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that you're not Maluka. You're ready to fight.
There is a if I got the Terror Ring, that unholy storm wouldn't be awful because I would be doing darkness stuff. But
How is he going before us? He's a big hulking piece of meat.
who is faster than us? We have 3 casters and a little dwarf man whose idea is to cover himself in other dead animals. Doesn't make him fast.
I mean, you say little dwarf man, but like Cornelius is almost as short as him.
Yeah. So look, they're all small.
Wait a second here.
You can't all be as tall as Nesglect.
It's probably gonna be better for me to onslaught Carnage. Yeah.
Yeah. Throwing a
Yeah,
bolas
I'll-
at him
yeah.
is also not a terrible idea.
I'm going to throw Bolus, but I'm
Yeah.
trying to make it like
Yeah.
cheaper. Donk, donk, donk. Okay, more paint. Yes, yes.
And just do everything.
Yeah, you know what? I think I will actually. Well, I'm gonna take a little less there, but I will pummel him into submission. Blap, 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 blap.
Oh man, who do you gotta cut our eyes?
Ghostbusters!
I mean,
But
obviously himself.
Reginald missing a significant amount of hit points and bleeding, and Cornelius, who is completely fine, is just like, I guess I'll set myself on
I set
fire.
myself on fire!
Uh-huh.
It seems
Yeah.
medically sound.
Yes.
I'm glad you understand.
I mean, it's more burn, man.
Ooh, sick burn, man. No, not what you were going for. Okay.
No. Yeah, I'll go all out.
It's worth noting we have a very good chance of killing him on round 2 because he's not getting a turn before anybody else.
By a very good chance, you mean he's
In
almost
fact, yeah,
assuredly dead.
he's absolutely going to die.
Oh, see that extra burn? Calculated. Also, Reginald can heal himself. It's fine. Look at that.
He doesn't need anybody else.
A corrupt unholy storm, you say? So a regular unholy storm? Or is it a holy storm that has since been corrupted? The answer is yes. So does it come back around as a corrupted unholy storm become a holy storm? These are the big questions. Double flanking vigorous carnage.
Yeah.
You can vigorous fierce first because those have
Yeah,
advantage.
because
Oh, yeah.
they're not gonna do anything for it anyway. So here we go. Blap. Blap. Goodbye. Or not. Look, if he gets a turn, you better believe that he's gonna die to everything else.
I
there.
mean, he's not.
I know he's not. That's the joke.
You don't know. He can survive this. He didn't.
Uh-huh.
Another pandemonium. No.
Free infuriate. I have to. It's
There's
free.
a small part of me that wants to take the condemnation just for the boss, but I don't think I'll need it.
Nah.
Yeah, we are putting out 1 or 2 damage.
Level
up first.
Up. Yeah, we'll go resourceful here.
I'm actually going offense mastery. I don't want the bloody because I'm banking on getting blood guard.
I mean, offense mastery is the correct choice. I was joking
Yeah.
earlier.
I know. It's like I'm not. Like I said, I have to bank on blood guard because I'm not going to get the really big damage numbers unless I get that. Arena champion.
We did it.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh,
Yes.
that's
Yes.
nice.
Groupie
Absolutely.
doesn't want that in rage.
I want it. 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 I want it.
So, upgrade altar. Ah.
I will hurt you.
You have my vote.
If only I was more of a jerk. Well,
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Yes. I like where this is going. So, and then Carnage. Yes.
yeah, Onslaught the Carnage.
Okay. No.
With
I
Blood
mean,
Rage,
with
you
bl-
can do all that.
With Blood Rage, you can do
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, but doubling.
Take a
4,
look,
it's not
hit
really
the
worth it.
things. You can do it.
Make sure that you go last.
Nailed it.
Okay, and then let's hurt them. Okay. I don't need it. It's not gonna. I'm not
All right,
gonna get another
Cornelius. There are spiders over there. You know what to do.
turn. And one of them's almost dead anyway, so you only have to like sneeze on it and it's gone.
You know what to do. Treat them to just a nice evening out. You know,
Maybe let them crawl over you. Who knows?
just all over your face. You know how much they love that.
This is the new challenge for us, Lee. See how much we can creep out Scott. Just thinking about Valheim, Scott. Did you actually end up doing that that content that you were actually kind of dreading on your own?
Nope.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
Yeah, there's a whole like continent, a whole biome that's just like full of spider webs,
Spiders.
which has obvious implications. And I don't know if it's fully implemented yet. Probably by now. I haven't really been following it lately.
I would imagine it has been because it's been a long time. Oh God! Wow, you just obliterated them.
I mean,
It is time for me to ascend.
Time.
oh, you could have padded that number.
I actually
you could've
thought
played a
that
mental shake.
With the glaze,
with
I
Chilling
think
Gaze,
he
yeah.
would have died, so I had to do
That's
the
a
bigger
good
number.
point.
Trust me, I know how to pad numbers, baby. But they aren't Spider Girls. Not yet, anyway. Also, you.
No, I have to fight one of those in Dark Souls soon.
Do we talk to Dwarfy, or do we go to the altar, or?
Do we need the altar? I don't think we do.
I don't think we do. Well, I guess we just go this way.
We could talk to him in case we plan on doing his quest later. We would get honorable.
Honorable.
Boons are nice.
Ones of amnesia.
Do we have cards to remove?
I don't think so.
I could remove a card, I think.
I mean, if you want to, go for it.
Not a huge fan of this with Colin here, but we can murder.
I mean, he's
he's going to apply all of this wet. Oh, and all of this stuff.
And that.
And then take it
I'm gonna
away.
get rid of it.
He did nullify my war banner buff, which is a little unfortunate, but
Like, all things considered, that's probably best case scenario still.
yeah.
Do the things.
It's not really gonna do anything. As sad as it is, I'm not gonna get another chance to play it. So here we go. Sure, why not? Here we go.
Punch something.
I'll put a heart on Colin. Bonk, bonk, bonk.
So many spoders. Ah, Corny is wet now. Well, never mind. that sorted itself out pretty quickly.
Yep.
He's like, I'm not concerned anymore.
Cornelius knows how to get dry. Take that how you like.
I refuse.
I could have used the dispel and the bleed, but that's fine.
Shouldn't you have hell flamed first before you cauterized yourself, since it gives flame charges?
No, it's just oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about the charges thing.
Yeah.
Actually, I could exploit that if I really went out of my way.
That's what I was thinking. See?
Get him Nesglect.
I'm a
That's just like the thunderclap on Magnus thing.
yeah. I'm a genus.
Or something.
Yeah, chaos waifu. Except I'm not. I don't want anything to do with that covenant. That's not happening. I'm a sun bro for life.
Look, I'm just here to kill chaos. Isn't that game out now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've already seen people playing it on Twitch, and I'm just like, but this game like ruined my childhood.
But chaos.
Also, there you go, Lee.
They're dead no matter what you do. They just don't know it yet.
Oh, you couldn't kill him with a pebble? Come on.
You're worthless. Maybe divine grace
Aha!
yourself. Yeah, maybe.
Oh, if I sunbeam, I'll play sanctified, but it'll just kill it. Oh well.
The sacrifices we must make. Oh, mind visions. You don't say.
Shield throw would be cool, but there's not enough.
I almost want to take temporal chains, apply shackle 2. That's pretty crazy. But it's not a holy spell.
Morty.
Card removal?
Yeah.
Is there anything
Let's see.
here?
I think I get rid of that last mental
So many
shake.
cards.
And then the next one I get rid of one of my fanaticisms.
Nah, I don't get rid of anything.
Jack is a very serious character and should be taken seriously. Well, nobody told the game developers that.
We murder them all. Wipe them out. All of them.
Also, thank you, Scott.
You're welcome. I posted it in spammy nonsense too.
Yeah.
Just, to be thorough.
Just so everybody can enjoy it.
Just so everyone knows what's important.
Oh, you can be so angry.
I can.
Oh, just
an
be
interesting.
Just be so angry about it.
What's the next?
Yeah, I didn't rage first. Oh, all right.
I mean, it's not going to trigger until I use an attack card, anyways.
Yeah, but you just don't know what you're gonna draw.
All right.
Why did you guys go up? Because more bosses, more better. And back, what did you miss? We killed some things. And then we're killing more things. And then we're gonna kill some more.
It's what we do. We're heroes, so we murder things.
Barbonero, thank you very much for the Prime sub. The helmet incoming. He cannot be shot. He's wearing protection.
Yeah.
Get him, Cornelius.
I believe in you.
6. I don't think I'm gonna draw cards. So.
Question is, are you going to kill some more? Yes.
Oh, I'm actually removing a bleed this time.
Weird.
Wow.
Yeah, we are like the quintessential D&D murder hobos. We go forth and kill everyone in our path.
Also, I'm sad that I didn't get the throw bolus to make the boss harpy go last.
No, so much wet.
A little bit of that, some of this.
Some of this, some of that, a little of this. a
Doesn't
little of
matter, because I'm going to do that. Okay, well.
A little bit of meditate for neglect. A little bit of prophecy for their cards.
Stop.
Oof.
That hurt more than it should have.
I should kill this one, but I could do so
You're
much
gonna be like, I
damage.
should kill you for that.
Oh, well, I mean, also that. You know?
Absolutely that.
No, you know what? I'm stacking the
know.
site.
Theater.
You live.
Sight beyond sight. Please, we
Take
need
that.
more Ultra Karaoke. You really... you don't.
Don't test it.
Although, if you do want Ultra C musical content, wait until Thursday on the channel. Wink nudge.
I've actually been having fun with that, by the way. It's pretty interesting.
Where they play Just Sing It.
No.
I don't know.
I think I just Pandemonium Holy Storm.
I think that's not a terrible idea.
Probably.
Maybe even throw Flash in there.
Yeah.
Reginald's flashing people again.
And then Holy Smite.
Oh,
Kaboom!
I think this fight's over.
I think it was the correct choice.
Another enrage, you say? Sure.
Divine Insight's actually
And then
slightly
Corny's got a mana gem. Everyone's
Yeah.
getting the good cards over here.
No.
You don't want that dilute?
Nah.
No, he wants tri-loot. It's the most loot.
Is that how that works? Oh, hey, a vision ring.
Oh, well, you know.
You
Clearly,
could
I want
replace
the
your vision ring with a new one.
I mean,
It's
clearly, I need
it's
to replace
shiny
the royal
new.
coin with steel rod, right? Right?
Money.
Money.
Had to think really hard about that.
All the healing spells that he doesn't have.
Oh. That card would actually be really good if I were playing Healer Reginald.
Yeah, but who does that? Weirdos, that's who.
I know.
It's Rusty.
It's Scott's favorite Final Fantasy character.
Clank, clank, clank.
All right. Let's see.
Oh, that reminds
Can't
me.
wait to
Didn't
play
that?
him in Chocobo Racing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that game? When does that come out? Is it already out? It's
I
gotta be soon.
don't know actually. Hold on.
I don't know if they ever came out with a final character list too. I wanted to know who else was in it officially.
This is. What is this?
Well, you double flanking and then you throw some bolus.
Obviously, but they're all exhaust. Every one of them.
Well, yeah, that's how you do.
Like Vigorous Fury does nothing for me.
Aiming at the green meanie.
Okay.
The second one.
Really?
The skirmisher. Because he's the fastest. I say aim it at him because it doesn't matter where it goes from there.
Okay. And that's it. Because I'm almost certain I'm not getting another turn.
There's a lot of Novas to sear. Full health. The people who are missing health are also bleeding, and you're just like, but I could set myself on
But
fire.
I need fire!
Yeah, because it means I get to set all of them more on fire and do more damage. My self-burn facilitates a lot of my damage.
Lee, clearly the next thing that you need to do is get a card that applies wet. That's obviously what you need to do.
If we're competing for damage, then that would be a good move for you because you would neuter a lot of my damage by putting wet down.
I was thinking, I was like, can Grookley get something that applies wet?
Oh no, I can't beat him.
Like I said, almost. This one's already. But I've already gotten an Infuriate. I don't need to be stuffing the deck.
I would have taken it.
More fury, more better.
Although, admittedly, now that you said that, I'm like, you know what? Actually, that probably would have been a good idea.
Yep.
Think about it.
That's sort of what you want.
Yeah.
Oh, it's everyone's favorite Melancholy.
I did
No thanks.
For amazing, popular, and good rewards.
No thanks.
Just no thank you. Fent, I agree.
Blood is wet. If you bleed, it should also, just go over your flames and put them out. Also,
That's how it
poison.
works.
Poison's wet. And, ice, the chill, that melts, gets wet, put out fire.
You're stretching.
Nah,
it
I
out.
still need to do a Frostburn build. Ice Cornelius is actually ridiculously good.
You can't be on fire if you're insane, so insane should put out fire.
What?
Oh.
Crack, the impact puts out the fire.
Such garbage.
Man, I need to figure out how to mod this game. Just
Everything puts out fire.
So Chocobo GP, the racing game, does say release March 10th.
That is
So-
in the past.
I guess it's out.
I mean, has anybody?
To massive fanfare.
Has anybody?
Immune to burn.
I told you that he's bleeding. It puts it out, and he's insane, and he's got sight. All of those put out fire.
Sight puts out fire.
It's like Schrodinger's fire. If you see it, then it's dead or something. Don't think too much about it,
Yeah.
because I clearly didn't when I said it.
Yeah.
You ever just start a sentence and you don't know how the sentence is going to end? You're just like, I'm in it now. We're gonna see what happens.
No, but clearly you did.
Oh, all the time. That's fine.
Oh, apparently Chocobo GP did not launch well.
I mean,
There were a lot of bugs. And...
as I haven't heard
Surprise,
anything about
surprise.
it, that it
Yeah.
seems accurate.
Yep. I was looking forward to being Steiner in a cart.
I guess I'll just.
Then they started doing crossovers, and suddenly you start seeing Luigi and Mario.
Oh, microtransactions and bugs. Oh, fun.
Ugh.
I
Again,
mean,
one of
it's a Square Enix game, so these, massive disappointments are just to be expected. I'm trying to think of the last time that I was completely happy and satisfied with a Square Enix game. And I think it's been at least 20 years.
Mm,
You can do it, old man.
I, well,
Viper's like, where do
even
I
if-
go?
even if I succeed, it just applies for vulnerability, which, I mean, the boss is fast enough that he'll go before most of us, and 2 of that vulnerability will just go away anyway.
But I believe
but
in
if
you,
you
old
fail
man.
if you fail it, doesn't that set you on fire? Yeah.
It also does all sorts of other bad things.
I did like the Final Fantasy VII remake. That is true. So
But that's only because it was Final
I'll give him
Fantasy VII. That one. Whatever.
I think for me, it's probably closest to 2.
Well, there you go.
Ah. Oh, they changed that. It used to be closest to 2 without going over. Now apparently you can go over. No, it's no longer Price is Right rules.
Price is wrong.
Price is wrong, bitch.
I remember when Adam Sandler beat up Bob Barker, and then vice versa.
Pepperidge Farm remembers. That's gonna be a sad infuriate.
Also, they're adding a new item into this game that's actually going to make you succeed on single character skill checks, which is really interesting.
Interesting.
It's an accessory called I think the Lucky Horseshoe, and it's just like anytime you have a single character skill check, it will just automatically draw that card and you will succeed.
God, this is
Also, I did not care for Octopath Traveler.
I loved it.
I know you did, but it wasn't for me. I am looking forward to the Diofield game. It looks like that could be cool, but again, it's Square Enix, so I'm not getting my hopes up too high. FF7 Remake was obviously very different than Final Fantasy VII, but in ways that I enjoyed. Because I always liked a lot of the characters in Final Fantasy VII. It's very character focused.
by all the characters, he means Barrett specifically and nobody else.
I like all of the characters, but Barrett is my favorite Final Fantasy character. That's true. Triangle Strategy looks like it could be fun. I haven't played it yet.
This is sad.
Just applying enough burn to inconvenience us later.
Yep.
Ash, go away. I'm gonna draw you again in a second. Oh my god, it's Ash.
Catch him.
Gotta catch 'em all. It's Ash.
He is quite the asshole.
You know what? I could have done that in a better order, but whatever. I'll just make sure he's nice and slow. Remember that time when I deleted my Final Fantasy VII save file on stream?
Yeah, that was great.
That was fun.
It's like, that was awesome.
Define awesome.
That.
I would qualify that as soul crushing.
Soul crushingly awesome.
I hate you. I can't wait to sneak into your apartment and delete all of your save data.
Well, hold on. Let me make sure the door is locked at all times.
That's
Forever.
fine.
I'm never leaving.
I'll crawl in through the window. It's really impressive because he's on the 3rd floor.
Yep.
Also, I don't think this guy's getting another turn.
Of course he's not.
Of course I draw just my combustion, none of my self damage. I just what is
He's
with
gonna-
these hands?
He's gonna.
I
die
mean, it
from
doesn't
speed.
matter, but it's like, ugh, it's so sad.
Save data is in the cloud now, except if you save over the save file with a different save file. Then it is
that's-
exploded into the ether.
Oh,
That's a bit unfortunate.
that's
Still
a
gotta bounce
really
his shield.
early crescent light.
Yeah?
I saw the orange on mine, and I was like, "Ooh, maybe I'll get the card." And it's like, nah.
But-
Open the golden chest.
But Town 3 is where we can typically get things moving here.
I probably want the lava crystal, don't I?
I think Corny wants it more because it sets him on fire.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't think I want any of this for Reginald.
Reginald wants the cold book.
Although, actually, this for now is kind of nice.
We're about to go
Since
to
I'm in
town.
front. Yeah, but if I don't find anything with a lot of resistances, I might just keep that. Because resistances are kind of important when I'm in the front.
Yeah, but $125 is important. Going into Act 3 town.
It
Refugees from
might
the
be
deep.
important.
Harpy egg at the altar of songs.
Yeah, that's how you get Sparky.
That's how you get Sharpie? Okay.
Yeah, Sharpy,
Sure,
Sparky.
yeah.
Sparky, Sharpie.
Slarky. Oh, a
Slarky.
madness ring. Don't mind if I frickin' do.
I should have clicked on that.
Thankfully, as the party leader, there's a kick option. Then I'll be Grookly. So now, hey, look, a blood guard. Maybe I'll buy that. No, I'm looking for a Raven staff.
I don't want that. Yep. I'll take that blood guard.
Do I take a Scryer staff? Like in the meantime,
In the meantime.
I'm gonna say no. I want the Raven staff, and I gotta preserve money. Also, I'm looking for a clairvoyant scroll.
There's a bloodstone just staring at me right there. Although,
Yeah.
admittedly, that's probably not.
Yeah, it's not amazing, especially if you get the Berserker.
Yeah, because then it's not. I'm not really gonna be applying bleed, so yeah, probably not.
There's Terror Ring.
There's a continuum blade there. If I. Well,
Scryer staff again. You taunt me so, game. Scryer staff again! Game, why you taunt me so?
do I try re-rolling now, or do I save my money for the last one? Now that I've got blood guard, I can concentrate on doing all the fury stuff.
You can do whatever's in your heart. I'm selling all of my supplies, just the hard rolling here. Oh, and it worked out, Raven Staff, baby! I still need the scroll, but the scroll can wait. Also, I can use better armor at some point, but that was the necessary bit. You have a soul to crush? Debatable.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I gotta save my money for all the re-rolling we're gonna be doing in
I'll do one yellow mind vision.
the last town. Okay, now I get infuriate.
Do I want spectral stuff? Do I want spectral missiles?
Oh, they're going to wait. Oh,
I think I do. I'll grab 1 Spectral Missiles, and I will upgrade them to yellow. I'll just use them the one time. And then I think... I should keep the Fanaticism until I get at least 1 more Meditate. I might just stay at 16. I do have to change these Clairvoyances to the 2-cost ones because Insane's important now. Alright. Finally off work after a 12-hour shift. Ooh, I have been there. Those are always fun.
if I'm gonna svelt my deck down, what should I get rid of here? Although keeping in mind, it seems like the vast majority of my deck is exhaust, so...
I would probably get rid of 1 Blood Rage, at least.
I was gonna get rid of... Well...
It's like you have 3 Enrages, and the fights don't last that long.
True. Okay, I'll get rid of... Yeah, I'll get rid of the exhaust one.
And then I would change your yellow Carnage to a blue Carnage, because the blue Carnage is just better for what you're doing.
Oh, yes, of course. I actually was going to do that anyways, and I kind of forgot about it.
Well, that's why I'm here to remind you.
Do I want to hold on to this pummel? I kind of don't think I do. I'm wanting to keep it specifically for the repeat, but...
Yeah, I mean, since you have the Carnages and you'll be cycling through, you can get rid of the pummel if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'll get rid of the pummel.
And then,
I feel
honestly,
like
the rest is fine because a lot of the rest of your cards cycle. The Enrages
Yeah.
cycle, the Warpaint cycle. And then the rest of it just, self-removes itself. So I think that's fine.
Plus, 2 of them are boons, which is just not really taking up space.
Yeah, the dogs don't know the meaning of the words patience or moderation.
So where are we going?
Let's see. Refugees from the Deep gives us the card, was it? Like the weird Naga card?
There's like the special cards, which are actually kind of cool.
Or we can just, burn everything to the ground, go down, go through the spider cave, burn everything to the ground in there, just for the XP. Or we can go right, we can do Maluka and then Fisherman Hut, and then I can make myself from going crazy.
No, that's true. We could get you the Hypno Shell. That's actually very good. And we have the trophy.
Alright, let's head in that direction then.
Okay.
You being immune to Insane is pretty good.
Oh, that's a Titanfall.
I do believe I want that.
It's too bad that no one wants anything here.
Immune to burn!
That is immune to burn.
That is gonna be a bit sad, and Meteorite is scary, but that's a Titanfall. That's a guaranteed Titanfall.
Titanfall is good enough. I think Titanfall is really good.
Okay.
Alright, well, damage is up to you guys.
I really hope this doesn't bite us in the ass.
Hey, look, you're on fire. That's what you wanted, right?
It normally is, but me being more on fire lets me make them more on fire, and I can't do that!
It's not nice to call them morons.
I was like, don't let that hit. Don't let that hit him. Oh, God. This is a little scary.
Get him, Gurgles.
Yeah. Okay.
If the mosquito targets Cornelius, Cornelius is dead. Just before he even gets a turn.
He'll get better.
dead.
'Twas just a
Don't-
flesh
don't-
wound.
Don't make Reginald spend 21,000 gold on a scroll of resurrection.
Triple that infuriate and then carnage. Maximum
Triple it.
damage.
Triple it now. Okay.
Yeah, you got another infuriate in there too.
I do.
So why hold on to it? Just max damage now.
Well, I did the best I could. I'm sorry. Here we go.
I'm worried about Reginald too, but to a lesser extent.
Oh, the
that's
stealth
a
bomb!
stealth meteorite. Oh god.
Well, I mean, at least I
I'm-
hit one of the healthiest people
Yeah,
in the group,
I'm
right?
really glad they hit Grookly of all people, because
Look-
other people couldn't have taken that.
Pros and cons. Con, it did more damage. Pro, he unstealthed himself immediately.
True.
So you gotta
true.
think about that.
It was kind of a trap for him, actually.
Look at all this burn I'm applying.
Careful, the dude in the back has thorns.
Uh-huh.
He's got 44 burn on himself.
Which is why this is going to do a decent amount of damage, but most of my other stuff is like just do more burn as opposed to more damage, so it's like I want to hit the back guy, but the back guy is the one with
Yeah,
thorns.
he's a bit
I
thorny.
need to not.
Yeah, hit that thing instead.
I will help.
Ow.
It's fine. I'll fix it.
I have concerns.
Ooh, so see, 9, 8, I think I don't clairvoyance. Maybe I don't mind visions. It's first turn.
We are all a little hurt.
I guess I'll finish off the back guy. Or I can.
Yeah, put a hurt
Yeah.
on Josh.
Yeah, because that also mean we heal more.
Well, how much of a hurt do you want me to put on Josh? Oh, well, I ran out of energy. It's
I was
fine.
about to say you couldn't do it. There we go.
Oh,
Now
that
it's
was
yeah.
so much healing.
so much better.
Well, that was the idea.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, you can monetize. Pandamonetize.
Panamonetize.
Oh, we're gonna monetize the pandas?
God dang it. Freaking holy fire.
Holy fire!
That's fine. Just monetize the pandas.
Also, bye.
Easy. Why was everyone so scared?
I
Oh,
was gonna laugh. I was gonna laugh so hard if that challenging show was another Titanfall. That would have been hysterical.
I wanted it. Also, that extra corrupt pandemonium, hilarious.
I don't need invigorating.
With Cornelius, I'm almost tempted to take that shadow binding because if I can get his speed up.
Also, Fen, you say Nez is dumb, but for the reasons that you indicate, that had nothing to do with Nez. Those are all just healer cards. It's just meditates and prophecies. Anyone could have those.
Anyone.
That had nothing to do with Nezglect.
Just give him the gold trophy.
Yeah.
We don't need this.
We don't need it.
We do need the money though for the next down, maybe.
Our trophy was the friends we made along the way.
Uh-huh.
I like money.
Yeah. They're all getting a turn before us, just so you know.
Uh-huh. We're slow.
Also, we're not very fast. Oh,
Crunch.
Oh no, my block.
your shield has been broken.
course, I'm gonna be doing like almost nothing because they all have reinforced now, like asses.
That's fine, because they're not immune to burn this time.
That's fine. I don't care.
How's it going, Estradar?
You know, just because they have so much friggin' reinforce, I don't really care to do any of this other than doing like throw bolus.
I hear
Well, you
Panda
should still
monetize.
play out your hand. Like, I don't see why you wouldn't. It's not like
Yeah.
they're not gonna have reinforced next turn. It's not getting
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Do as much damage as you can.
Yeah, even if it's suboptimal, you still do it. You hear Panda monetized and you think of a marketing campaign for the tourism in the Nine Hells. I mean, I feel like Hell would monetize everything about what they do.
Garbage.
It seems like a Hell thing to do. Bolasing the back guy, just because that would slow down the two fastest guys on their team. That said, they're all faster than us, but those are the two fastest. And that might make a difference because if I do my chilling glaze nonsense, I can slow them down a little bit further. I appreciate that you like my sense of humor because I don't understand my own sense of humor. So
I appreciate you like my sense of humor because I don't like my own sense of humor.
no, I don't like. Obviously, my sense of humor is my own. I think things are funny and I say them, but typically, growing up, people are just like, "Why would you say that? You're dumb and you're bad, and you should feel bad." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, okay."
Okay.
It's a unique. I don't even know. I lost my train of thought. That's I'm
Stand by.
unique.
You're a special little snowflake.
Well, he's special, all right.
I think I'm going to not have that one right now.
Time to chill their glazes.
Well, Brutus is dead.
Burbs.
Super dead.
Wee, wee, wee.
So
Kill the one with most health. Well, he's also got the most sight on him, so
sight beyond sight, etc., etc.
etc. etc.
I mean, we're going before either of them, so it doesn't really matter.
Well,
So,
I'm just thinking. I'm just
Had
thinking
the
of healing.
numbers.
Yeah, go for it.
Right.
Kills of Arden. Alright, now it's time for Reginald to heal.
Done.
Well, let me smack myself in the face.
Time for Reginald to heal. Hold on, let me do damage to myself.
Oh, I got rid of the decay. That's wonderful. Wonderful.
Understanding doesn't mean much when I think it's funny. Yeah, look, I don't understand a great many things.
Reginald's flashing people.
Let's kill him. Let's
You-
murder him.
You enjoy my shock and surprise every time I die in Nova Drift. I'm usually not surprised when I die in Nova Drift. I know it's gonna happen, just usually not in the ways that it happens.
This Sawtooth, he's totally got this.
Well,
I think no. You should
Oh,
Warpaint.
Warpaint?
Yeah, you need
Yeah,
a little bit more
obviously.
powerful.
Can you flanking strike without killing him?
no.
Yeah, no.
No.
Nah, it's just
Oh,
barely.
just
Well,
barely,
Titanfall
too.
it is.
Kaboom!
Oh, hello.
Hey, look, a sanctuary.
Last stand.
Nope.
Also, it's not fair. Why did you get meditate?
Says the guy who got a corrupt meditate in Act 1.
Perhaps you could teach me one of your
Oh.
spells.
He can
Oh,
learn
Nesglites can
malediction.
learn malediction.
Oh,
And that's
uh.
actually really good.
Well.
Aw,
I've
Well.
never seen that before.
Well.
I think that's
that's
really good.
interesting.
I mean, Excite and X Vulnerable when you draw tons of cards with your expected prophecies.
That seems poor
Poor
good.
good.
I'm saving my muns.
Strong Mojo would be really good on Reginald. I'd have to get rid of the slingshot, but if we're being realistic, the slingshot's not
the
doing
slingshot's
that much.
not amazing.
Yeah.
It's funny, and early on it's okay, but
Hold on a second here. That's a berserk potent. Nah, I don't need it.
I'm gonna get the Strong Mojo and call it a day. Also, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I did pick up another Royal Coin on Cornelius, so we have 3 of them right now.
Oh yeah, you did not mention that. Excellent.
Good.
Yeah, this is fine.
Freaking Colin. I mean, this is
Yeah.
fine, but God, I hate Colin.
So, can you tell me how you really feel?
How do you really feel?
All right, I'm glad you were able to clear that up.
Perfect.
Yep.
I am still rocking this Moon Mask from Act 1. I have not found anything better. Although, the fight after this, I will be getting something better.
Yep.
It's all part of the plan.
From one boss loot armor to the next.
It's like sub-boss armor to the next. Like, they're not like bosses. They're... they
Look,
exist.
they're classified as bosses if you look them up in the Tome of Knowledge.
And
So
I'll give that to you, I suppose. I'll give it to you if I have to. Yeah,
Wait, what happened
you could just
happened?
go full infuriate.
She had. Did she purge my fury? The fuck?
You have 7.
I had a lot more than that.
Did you?
I did.
this is
No, I
round
did.
1.
But I got hit several times. Whatever.
I mean, she does have Bewilder, Purge 4.
So there you go.
Bitch.
So yeah, I mean, I think Blood Rage, Whirlwind, Bolas is probably the way to go.
Not infuriates.
Because especially since you can shackle Colin so that he's not just murdering us at the start of next round if he's still alive, which he might be. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Up for debate. Alright, what do you got, old man?
Ow.
That's not what I meant! Mini boss armor sounds like the bikini version of regular boss armor. Yes.
Alright, Colin's dead.
Well, saying how I'm going next, he was regardless.
Oh god.
I'm glad that didn't go my way.
This is why I hate Colin. Those stupid electric pulses.
Okay, I didn't get everything that I wanted, but I have some things.
I just collect if you could spare a couple of them so that I could heal up. I'd very much appreciate it.
I can't kill anyone even if I tried.
Okay.
I did not draw the correct cards. So, there's a heal at least.
Thank you. I'm still really fucking hurt.
Oh, god damn it.
And now you're more hurt.
I mean, it hurt. It hit me only once. It could have been worse.
The internal debate.
Normally, this is just I automatically use it on myself for the extra bless. But
Thank
Also,
you.
yeah, a tribalist, don't do that to yourself. That's a surefire way to cause some kind of mental trauma.
which one is dead?
The
That one
yes.
has more bleed. That one has more burn. That
This-
one has more health.
The spider. Kill the spider. And now kill the rabbit.
Kill the rabbit, kill the rabbit.
Oh, I guess I can kill both of them. Sweet.
Effectively, yes. Ta-da.
No.
And there's Sanctify on them, so hit them. Hit them and you'll feel better.
Hit him real hard.
It's like normally it's just a matter of catharsis, but also Vigorous Fury.
I know. Yes, I was not gonna do that. That doesn't matter, does it?
It doesn't.
I mean, I would Vigorous Fury and then flanking Strike Titanfall. Game is over. You heal.
Yes.
Oh god.
Blam!
Estratar's been blasted.
Okay, I feel significantly better now. I don't think I need another Carnage. That's just gonna stuff the deck.
Folks walking around without a helmet, so dangerous.
I could mass invisibility.
Just everybody
Now,
go away.
Clearly, you squall, right?
I was giving
Yeah.
you these wet spells. It's like that's what you want to do, right?
Right.
Hey, look,
I
like-
another porcupine.
Porcupine. What are the odds?
And it costs 118 because we have so much discount. It kills me on the inside
Uh-huh.
and on the outside.
So I'm assuming that whenever you all did your Thor's build, you never got a single porcupine.
No,
We got a couple, but
Yeah.
not enough.
I
enough.
didn't get one.
And the ones that we did get, we had to really dig for.
Just terrible.
Terrible.
Oh, who's getting trapped?
Oh, well,
You.
Reginald certainly didn't succeed.
I thank you for the additional word to make the sentence make sense.
Oh, fuck you. Asshole.
Hold on. Maybe I can... No.
Maybe I can. No.
Oh, there it is.
Just-
I took a non-fire spell because, you know, AoE shackle.
Reasons.
Yeah. So we'll. Oh, I should have done another thing first. He had buffer. Oh well.
No.
But he already went this round, so it's fine.
Yeah, this round it doesn't matter.
And there's a chance that I'll get throw bolus anyway. So.
That's true. And there's a chance I can frost them up. Oh, I'm frosting them up.
I'll think-
Oh, if you get a prophecy.
Oh, but I
Aw.
didn't.
Aw.
This is still better if I do this first.
Oh,
Yep.
I missed.
A bit disappointing. Alright, finish them all, Reggie. Just get them.
I would remove that, but it does.
Yeah,
It's
it
too
is
shackled.
too
I was
shackled.
gonna say it doesn't matter, but I guess it does.
I was gonna say, alternatively, could have gotten rid of Cornelius' burn.
No.
That's the correct play. It's like, let me screw
Honest.
myself. Wait, what?
Let's start with
He's gonna flash him.
that so that we can get the free Holy Smite to get more bless.
How indecent. And then blast away.
He is slightly sanctified. BT dubs.
Well.
You could just erase one of those eyeballs.
Okay, I might. We'll see.
Well, and rage up, see what you find. Yeah, you could Whirlwind Titanfall. You could do lots of things. You have choices.
It's not really going to be worth it to Infuriate, is it? Whirlwind Titanfall is probably the correct choice here, because I think it's going to kill both of the eyes, and then I just Titanfall.
I would say it's actually worth it to Titanfall first, because that applies vulnerable. So if you Titanfall the boss and then Whirlwind,
Whack.
I think he's just done. Like, with the burn and the bleed. Well, maybe not full. Oh, yeah, because he's negative 75% burn resist. I think he's done. And you're going to go again anyway.
But now you are weak.
I'm so weak.
There's war paint power up slightly more. Oh, look, an onslaught. Infuriate.
If you Vigorous Fury Infuriate, that's actually not bad. That Carnage will do some damage.
He's so angry.
Even with the weak.
Yeah, that's considering you are weak. That's silly. Well, there were
we go.
ads,
Ta-da!
and I'll say he's just gonna die.
He's gonna die. Blah. Guardian Angel.
I could use that on myself.
I was about to say, you might actually want to get that Guardian Angel. Dude,
That doesn't sound like doing damage.
No, but it's interesting. I'm not gonna get it, but that would be kind of funny. You just be like, you know what? I'm in the front. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and be invulnerable for a turn.
Nah. You gotta take your lumps like a champion.
There's a level up.
Ah, chosen one. You don't say.
Similarly, casting Holy Symbol on self would be ridiculously good, but that doesn't do more damage.
The Dual Wield's gonna be something else. You just wait.
Such as my commitment to the team that I take Holy Crusader instead of Holy Symbol when I'm the tank.
Well, I guess I take the round shield.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
My problem with Hypno Shell is everything else about it, other than the immunity, is just like, eh.
I mean, it's okay. Admittedly, it's not the best, but that immunity to Insane is really important for you. Because even aside from the additional effects that your Insane has caused, when you self-insane, you're also nerfing your own damage pretty hard.
Which is why I'm doing it, because maximum deeps.
I could get Raincoat. It would make me immune to wet.
And yet...
Which...
Did you see that last bit?
Oh, I know. That's why I won't take it. But if it didn't have that damaged by others effect, it would be ridiculously good for Cornelius.
No one needs to remove any cards, right?
No.
Yeah, we're all fine.
Yeah, nobody's poisoned or anything.
Shut your mouth.
I won't do it.
Do I go for the 0% chance or the 0% chance? Eeny, meeny, miny, you.
Oh, but he's got the power of choice. Aha! Victory!
Congratulations.
Dang it. Who would have guessed?
Who would have guessed?
What do I want to get rid of here?
Do I get rid of one of these flanking strikes?
Well, you know what? I'm going to get rid of that extra mind vision.
What do you think, Lee?
What's up?
Do I get rid of one of these flanking strikes? Or do I hold on to it?
You could definitely get rid of one, I think.
Yeah, I'll get rid of one.
So if you have other ways to Furify.
Yeah, and of course Heavenly Blessing, huh?
Or a free card upgrade. For damage plus 5, it's just not worth. No one likes Heavenly Blessings.
Especially when they're immune to vulnerable, they apply vulnerable us.
Yeah.
And we're fighting Dayfrang.
Dayfrang.
Get him, Gurgles.
I'll try. It's not really going to be worth it to use that Infuriate.
What character am I playing? I am playing Nezglect, the Eldritch Horror.
He is pretty horrifying. God, I don't know.
I actually thought Nezglect was not a bad dude right up until he started putting tadpoles in people's eyes.
Look, coming from Cornelius, that's real rich.
What are you talking about? I don't remember doing anything bad. I also don't remember anything else.
That doesn't make it better somehow.
I know that this is really weak, but I don't have any better plays.
Yeah, just do it. Sometimes you just gotta live to win till you die. At least Zinthus isn't here. That's true. He would have killed us all.
No, he would have killed you.
And then
she
then Scott.
purged all of my buffs.
And they would have been like, okay, now we're gonna win.
Okay.
World in flames.
And Hellflame. Combustimate.
Inner combustikize.
And then Ember Storm. And then Scorching Ray. And then Ember Storm. I'm slower than a rock person. Feels bad. Okay.
You're still not the slowest person in the party.
No prophesize, but I do have
the combo.
The Wombo. Whose life do I ruin? Do I just erase him from existence, or maybe I hit him because you have a hard time hitting him?
Yeah, Dayfrang is already dead, so I think the Lava Elemental would be good.
Plus, it's going to give us more healing. Yeah.
We were already at full healing by that point.
Okay.
I just keep having bad draws. I'm not getting my prophecies.
Clearly, this is proof that Nezglect needs to be buffed.
I'm glad you understand.
RNG just stops it, man.
I could be doing better.
That holy fire is going to be pretty devastating on Dayfrang. Yeah.
But he's the one that's already dead. So as much as I like to pad the damage numbers, it's the elemental that's going to get it. Except that he's already dead.
No, the elemental's going to get... Never mind.
Pad what numbers?
Yes.
Oh, you didn't want the tabula rasa?
No.
Grookly, get some stuff out of your stinky cave.
Okay. There we go.
Thanks. Ooh.
Demonic Tutor.
Demonic Tutor is pretty sweet.
That's pretty good.
And all we have to do is cope with a bit of poison.
I bet a Python.
I'm low-key a little annoyed that it wasn't for me. I need my deck to be more consistent.
It's better for me, though, because I have the higher cost spells. You have a Corrupt Pandemonium, but everything else is like 2.
For me, it's not about reducing the cost. It's just about making my deck more consistent.
Yeah, but for me, it's both. Because I have the 3-cost Holy Fire, the 4-cost Radiant Assault, the 4-cost Holy Storm, the 4-cost Pandemonium, and the 4-cost Crescent Light. So I have a lot of cards that I would happily fish up with a tutor.
I got both of my Infuriates. This is just sad. I dare say I think that I just throw Bolas and call it a day. Or it, maybe a Carnage? I don't know. I'm not gonna Furious Slash. You know, Carnage. Alright, Scott. You tell me who you want to be shackled here.
I guess the best way to do it would be to hit front, because then you're guaranteed to slow the elemental down and the pendulum.
I agree.
There we go. And I'm not using Fury Slash because it's just not worth it for only 3 Fury.
You still probably should, because odds are you don't always get a second turn.
Yeah, but just in case.
More damage, more better.
Just in case.
Of course.
Combustimacause.
The pendulum can cause problems. If it's a female pendulum, it would be a pendulumette, and then he would have a magic show with a spider named Teller, which I think we just proved that Pendulette is a female spider.
I don't like them as much now.
I think you liked him at all in the first place.
I like them.
I mean, I like them.
Liked him, you know.
Well, let's see. 7, so 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Behold the visions of mind.
Ooh. You?
Anyone but Graham. Honestly, yeah, the Pyromancer is good because he's the one that's the biggest problem for me.
And then I can just kill anyone who displeases me.
Probably the pendulum.
This guy's dead. I guess he's not dead. So it's one of the front two. This is actually the most efficient.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
why not? And then Reggie will probably kill all of them anyway.
Probably, actually. Probably, maybe, actually.
It's not the best hand, but it's not the worst hand.
Pendulette, the best a spider can get.
That's awful.
I enjoyed that a lot.
Dip, dip.
Dip.
I didn't quite kill both of them, but I'll kaboom!
Al kaboom!
Pop.
There's a small part of me that wants to take the sacred ceremony, but nah, that's just not
That's not damage.
not how I do. We do all the types of damage.
I was like, wait a minute, hold on.
Definitely not Malice, because that affects
Yeah.
Reginald and Nesglect.
So then it's
I
hatred or
think-
arrogance.
I think arrogance is fine, because Cornelius's whole thing is applying lots of burn, which will overcome the resistance anyway.
Sure.
So that's fine.
Dash proof good.
No! It's too much wet. Stop it.
So
Turn all the wet into poison.
What?
No! That was just more wet.
That's just more wet.
Oh, Estradar, having random conversations in chat is what chat's all about, baby.
Yeah?
Isn't that how Twitch chat is
I was
supposed
about
to
to say,
go?
that's just
Yeah.
how Twitch is. Let's flank
Bonk.
Whack. Get him, Cornelius.
Don't tell me what to do. Where
It's
am
like,
I?
get him, Cornelius!
What's going on?
Who are you?
Who are you? Where am I?
He escaped from the home again.
They're coming to take me away, ho ho.
To the funny farm, where life is beautiful all the time.
All the time.
Uh,
Such a dumb song. Right up there with Star Trekking across the universe.
that's not what I wanted.
Oh no, that is not ideal. Must be said. And one of them is getting none of that sight beyond sight.
Uh,
Can you kill
spread
him?
it or hit it hard. I can't kill him. Oh, I'll just do max single target damage.
Okay. On the fire!
Hit him. Hit him again. Not quite.
Maybe Sunbeam? Okay.
Gosh, fire, and then I can sunbeam whoever I want. You're gonna get it.
You go get.
Oh, he roared menacingly.
No, that one is submerged.
Look, we got rid of the one that was making us wet. That's what I cared about.
You can Onslaught, Carnage, Whirlwind. Maybe even more if you draw into energy. Of which you do have an Enrage in there. Vigorous Fury Whirlwind ain't bad.
Yeah.
I would really like to Infuriate, though. Which would make the Furious Slash hurt even more.
And then don't Whirlwind, and then if they're alive next turn, then you can do some damage. But that's a big if.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, no. Well, no, actually, that's not going to work. Okay.
Yeah, I'd just do the Whirlwind.
Yeah, maximum scorn damage is kind of the way to go right now.
Okay. Alright.
Oh, he's gonna set the world on fire.
I don't want to set the world on fire.
It's so not true. I've played Fallout. I did want to set the world on fire.
Kaboom!
I think he's dead. Oh, he lives!
Oh!
Oh!
He died to...
Wow.
What was that, thorns?
The
No,
Divine
you died-
Retribution.
You died divine,
Oh.
divine retribution. You didn't have thorns.
I
I'm-
thought I saw piercing damage on
I'm
him.
upset.
Clearly, you malediction him. That's what you do. Come on, do it. I don't care if you can't.
I'm sad.
Yep.
And upset and sad.
I mean, Reginald's in the same boat. I'm just gonna have to sit here and pass turn.
Inner fire, demonic
Set up
tutor, do
a holy
everything you can to
crusader 'cause
hurt
I
yourself.
can.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look, you got to set up something. That was more than I was able to do.
Not that I'll get my next turn.
Look, I think it's unlikely that I'm gonna get my next turn either.
Dual-wield Carnage ain't half bad.
We'll see. Ah. I can't. Fuck.
You can't dual
Yeah.
wield it, and there's only one target anyway.
Yeah,
so
dual
Carnage
is better anyway. So what
Okay,
I would
okay,
do is
okay,
Blood
okay.
Rage, Infuriate, dual wield Carnage.
Yeah. Hey, look, he's super dead.
Whack, whack, whack. That could be so much better if I had the
Ta-da.
Berserker Claws. No.
But you have a Citadel.
Citadel.
How about that?
Yeah, how about that?
I could take a
Oh.
corrupt encyclopedia.
But is it the Encyclopedia Britannica?
No.
It's the Encyclopedia ATO.
Not nearly as good.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Don't think I want anything here.
Yeah, this is all money to me.
Yeah.
But going 3 coins in Act 4 is hopeful.
Alright, here we go.
Into the large portal.
Into the large portal.
Alrighty. Oh, clairvoyant scroll. Well, my coin's going away.
Oh, and the Lightbringer.
Well,
Oh, just
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll let you buy that before I buy my clairvoyant scroll, so you get a little bit more of a discount. And the clairvoyant scroll is the last thing I needed, so.
well, let me see.
ooh, cloak of speed.
Yeah, I was gonna say you tell me when you're all set.
Do I want Shackles of War?
Why are we guys running down 2 pets? Because pets aren't necessary, and sometimes you just don't want to be sad. Although we're running max damage, so we got to try to save what pets we do have.
Oh, no, we're running down 2 pets because I forgot to buy pets.
Oh, he's just a.
I'm on the ball today.
He's a dangle.
Hopper.
I kind of want to take Kingmaker. Because I can't think of anything else that I would want in the ring slot.
Then do it.
Bleh.
Can I find something good? Well, I found a Berserker Claw.
Of course you did. Hey, there it is.
Excellent.
Porcupine, another blade.
Yeah. Well, while I'm waiting for you guys, I will call out my deck some more, I think. It's dangerous, but I'm going to get rid of my last fanaticism. And then...
That's not really going to do anything for me. I don't really have anything to
Yeah,
replace my...
don't need this.
I don't really have anything to replace my...
I'm going maximum svelte.
accessory slot. I mean, there is an Ankh of Life right there, but I don't think I need the healing. Especially after taking Kingmaker? I don't know.
Well,
Unless, wait, does Ankh of Life synergize with Kingmaker? Unless, because with Kingmaker it says when healed you gain Bless and Buffer. So I'm assuming it doesn't matter how much you get healed by.
correct.
You do actually have to get healed. Like, if you're at max health, it won't matter. But yeah, anytime you get healed, that effect will go off.
Alright. Well, Lee, you go ahead and buy your thing, and if you're already set on buying stuff, I wouldn't mind getting a little bit of money for that Berserker Claw, please.
How much do you need?
Exactly 305. Thank you. It's been unfortunate that I don't have really anything. I mean, Warrior's Code is there, but that doesn't do anything for me. I'm gonna be holding on to a royal coin till the very end. Like,
Yeah, I mean, you could find something eventually.
yeah, but
Just
I mean,
further down the road.
I don't have any more. I don't have any more money.
Yeah, but if we find a shop on the way, like I have a couple of bucks.
Okay.
I don't know what Scott's doing, but I got a
I
couple
have
of
a
bucks.
tiny bit of money.
I need to.
There's a small part of me that's tempted to take the nether blade I'm looking at on Cornelius, but the burning orb is so good.
It's Bernie. Bernie Burns. You look kind of like Bernie Burns, so it makes sense. Well, you look more like Bernie Sanders. Bernie Burns looks actually quite different.
I should probably upgrade Titanfall to the blue, shouldn't I? If I do the yellow, it makes it intrinsic and reduces the cost, but I feel like making it X equals my HP is probably the way to go, right?
Yeah, that's more damage. It does cost one. Oh, it doesn't cost one more. As the other one costs one less, but
No, it doesn't. It doesn't change the price of it at all.
well, that's what I was saying. If you turn it blue, it doesn't change the price. If you turn it yellow, it makes it cost one less. That's what I was saying.
Yes.
But that will do more damage, presuming that you get it when you have more HP.
And Fury. So ideally, I want to draw into it later on. Although, admittedly, later on I may not have enough energy for it, but we'll see.
Alrighty. So if we go north, we can go to the old warehouse and dig for an accessory for you.
Yeah, and we'll be able to complete Wilbur's quest for what it's worth.
Yeah, get honorable.
Money.
You could get money. This one
It's kind of
kinda sucks,
Yeah, I was just
but-
like the reward of money wasn't enough money to money.
See, Cornelius did things to make sure that he went the fastest.
He did get a cloak of speed.
Yep.
Yep, that's what I did.
Like that old man Spry.
Scorch their rays.
Which ray do I want to scorch?
All of the Ember Storms.
Some fire was applied.
Two Carnages right off the bat.
Oh, every enrage. Oh, there's Titanfall.
And Infuriate. Well, let's see what we can do here. I am going to hurt someone very badly. I could kill the dude up front. Or put a real bad hurt on
Yeah, I'd thunk
Martina.
the one in the back.
Alright.
Because the guy in front, like, he'll get a turn. Well, I mean,
BAM!
there's pros and cons for both.
Do I blood rage? Just in case. Just in case. Plus, it means I could be healed, which means I'll get, more stuff.
You've been pierced.
Oh no.
I sure have.
Brosnan.
And last time I checked, you didn't have a golden eye.
Yeah, but he can die another day.
There we are.
There we are.
I can't do everything, unfortunately.
Well, don't get rid of the metal. There you go. So don't get rid of the malediction. Whatever.
This is a spell, so I think I still want to play these first.
Yeah.
I guess you.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I can hit everybody for a little bit, or I can hit somebody for a lot.
Well, if you do the other clairvoyance, Martina is dead and the front guy is dead. So I think that's worth it, because then you just mind visions.
Oh, I have
guess
another.
the oddball? Because the oddball hasn't taken a turn yet, and Reggie should be able to easily kill the Lancer.
I suppose.
I suppose.
Get him, Betty. Bam-lam.
Chris at their light.
I think he's dead.
Jim.
He sure is.
Oh, sadness.
That heavenly blessing is tempting. Also, another combustion? Yes, please. Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels wrong turning that down as Reginald.
Well, let's see if we can get a good accessory here.
You and Corny are looking for something.
Corny. Hey.
Well,
Got it.
Yay.
Critically
Found two
success,
objects.
even without this old man's help.
uh-huh. He was just busy looking. Oh,
Oh,
those are two
Calandra.
very good cards.
Oh.
Ooh.
I mean,
I don't know which one I want.
I was about to say, take your pick. I'll take the other one.
Being someone who's not involved in the pick, I think both of them are good for Corny, but I think the mirror is much better for Grookly than the boxes.
Yeah, probably. Plus, I actually need to unlock the mirror. I mean, I know it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'll take the box.
Yeah, because that mirror is insane. I'll take the broken item.
Yeah, there's something here for everybody. Oh.
No, Corny should have taken the burned item. That's on brand. I mean,
I don't think we need the equipment shop.
I think I'm all set on gear. I think at this point,
I'm pretty well
everyone's
set.
everyone's
Yeah, I'm
pretty
pretty
much
well
good.
set.
Yeah, none of this matters.
Nothing matters, man.
Nothing matters anymore.
Nothing else matters.
Dave Frank, what are you doing here? Get back on the planet where you belong.
Corrupt
well,
Grimoire frames, flame strike.
And a free
Frames.
flame
Yeah.
strike. That's
You're like, I guess if I have to.
I guess.
That being said, this is not a good opening hand. Like, holy crap.
A bit unfortunate. They're maneuvering evasively. Strike me down. I should become more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
Well, except you'll be dead. Oh, you can dual wield that Titanfall.
I can, and I'm probably going to. By probably, I mean I'm absolutely going to.
Well, enrage first. And then enrage some more. Oh yeah, the mirror.
Well, I mean that's pretty good.
Oh, could you have doubled the dual wield?
You could have doubled the Titanfall.
I mean
Yeah.
I'm gonna double it anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm
So,
saying
yeah.
you could have tripled it.
Oh, that's fine.
So it's any. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The mirror is easy to forget
learned.
about.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
about to say lesson learned. Okay. I mean, just give me a second while I draw my entire deck.
Welcome to the world of Nesglect.
Oh my god.
I don't know. No, he still has
figures.
9 cards in his deck. Definitely not Nesglect level.
Every single one of these is exhaust, so
Oh.
Vigor's Fury does nothing for me.
Well, flanking strike first, for sure.
Obviously.
And then, yeah, just dual wield Titanfall, Titanfall.
Okay, yeah, not throw bolus.
I mean,
multi Titanfalls are just way sweeter. Look at all that damage.
yeah. That you could Titanfall the first time on one of the
Yeah.
front 2, and then bolas on the back to get rid of all their evasion and shackle them.
Yeah.
It does purge evasion. I forgot about that.
Yep.
Oh, that's so sweet. Let's see here. Well, hold on a second. If no, I can't. I have to.
No, you're better
Yeah.
just Titanfall and then bolas.
You don't need that evasion. Get rid of that.
And then
Oh.
Titanfall again.
Is it
Boy,
just
who dies?
not the second guy? Because
Yeah,
he can't.
obviously. Plus, he's got that.
It might actually be worth hitting that guy because Nesglect and Reginald are both about to
Yeah.
go and they've got AoE.
That is true.
So there's an argument to be made for any target.
Or if you pad the numbers, you hit the third guy.
I'll be the team player and make him much weaker. So that way, Nesglect and Reginald can just wipe them off the face of the planet.
Not the best, but I can use it.
Not bad.
I'll do something.
I will. I could kill either the front 2, but Reginald's probably got it. Probably, maybe.
Yeah,
Just
probably
saying.
the back guy.
The back guy. Look at all of that side. My God.
Sight beyond sight.
That's a lot of sight. Get him, Reggie.
Let's see.
Yeah, Holy Storm, Crescent Light. Oh, they're just so dead.
They're super dead.
Yeah, they are.
Start here.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna say, if you started in the front, I think there was a chance you could have killed them all outright.
There was a chance, but I wanted to make sure that I was doing damage to those 2. Because, like, front guy was already dead.
Yeah, but you could have killed him.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting about that card or that
Yeah.
the mirror.
You will want to remember the mirror, because the mirror is one of the strongest cards in the game. I mean, Whirlwind is just super double extra dead with a side of dead.
Or
Heck, you can
add the numbers.
infuriate and then, like, Carnage or something. Jesus.
Blam! And then you die by just happenstance.
Also known as Carnage. Oh,
Okay.
why? You get to meditate. I want to meditate.
You should be happy for me.
I'm not.
Yeah?
I won't. I won't outright kill you.
Wow.
Who wants the ring? Not it.
Literally
Not it.
nobody.
It's a good ring. Please take it. No. Just throw it in the
No.
garbage.
just like, hey, cool. Huck it straight over the edge into the knee. They're like, no! My entire life's work! It's like, whatever.
I see fire.
Yeah.
I see
Fireball.
fire and I see rain.
Fireball. That. The free Ember Storm, that was probably free anyways.
Let them burn.
I think you're the one I hate the most.
You are the one to die. He's probably dead. Well,
Kaboom.
And then just a little more fire.
And he's
add just a little more.
just about dead, but not quite.
Yeah. Oh, now he's fine. He's living his best life now. Your first card will be repeated.
Yeah, I
You
would
have a
whirlwind.
mirror.
I'm glad that you told me that,
That-
actually.
Yeah, look, I do what I can.
That's gonna hurt me. Nah, whatever. Who fucking cares?
Now enrage up.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, you can just play everything. Just Vigorous Fury, Flanking Strike, and then Whirlwind or Titanfall Whirlwind or Whirlwind Titanfall.
Titanfall first, just because it'll do slightly more damage.
The
Because
vulnerable.
of-
Yeah.
well, I
The
was
vulnerable
also,
in the thorns.
yeah, I was gonna say the thorns. Get him. See
And
now,
now the monk is dead.
now you're doing Grukel numbers. Ah, I feel oppressed. Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
Okay, makes sense. Didn't Berserker's Claw used to apply Fury based on hits?
Oh, I should have chosen one first. I'm a fool.
It's probably fine.
I guess I'll do that one. Could have been better. Could have been better.
Yo, dog, I heard you like
Well.
meditate.
Must be nice. I'm so happy for you.
And spells? Like, and all I get is a couple of flashes? Like, really?
I don't want to say that you deserve it. Because that would be rude. But also accurate.
I mean, I'm still killing them, but
He killed them by flashing them. You all saw it.
Come on! What is this?
also, I can't say no to that.
I mean, you could have.
I could have, but
It's
I
real
won't.
easy. You just say no.
We could take the Scrolls of Intellect. They're good. But
But
we could
what
also
if-
take the Book about Ancient Technology and get Honorable.
Yeah,
I
think
like
we
being-
want honorable.
honorable.
Honorable. Well,
Money is useless at this point. Thorns are
yeah.
poopy.
And thorns suck.
Why can't they offer me another meditate? I should have seen this coming. They offered me one nice and early just to be like, look how nice we are. You'll never see one again.
It was a trap. You should never have taken it.
Escorting myself to typo jail. So much fire.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire, which for you all burn!
Yeah, you're like, give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire, but what you desire happens to also be fire.
Yes. Set them ablaze.
Enrage first, so you can mirror and get another enrage.
This is... Damn it.
You could Furious Slash just to get another Furious Slash.
Yeah,
But
it's sad, but I mean, it is going to give me more... It is going to give me more fury, so
well,
I
now-
may draw into...
Yeah, say now enrage more.
Alright, there we go. Okay.
You can Furious Slash and then Infuriate.
Is that the right play, or should I try infuriating first and then furious?
Well, the Furious Slash gives you 7 Furious, so then doing that before
Yeah,
you
but
triple.
it deals. Yeah, but it deals damage based on fury.
Yeah, but you're so early that it's not going to matter that much.
Yeah, it's not much of an increase. You're better off getting the extra
Yeah, I'll do that.
7
Plus,
for
I
the
really
infuriate.
should throw Bolus here.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I need to do that. Okay, so it was Fury Slash. No, it was
Yep. Furious Slash, then Infuriate.
Fury Slash, and then Infuriate. Okay, cool.
And then
throw Bolus.
Bull your Throlus.
Shit. Again, I want to slow both of these dudes down, but I can't. So this dude, I think.
Yeah, either one's fine.
Great play. There we go.
Ow.
Okay.
Could you stop, please?
And they're like, we could. We won't, but we could.
Look, they are not getting another turn before you, so you will get your bloody revenge.
Um.
Who's the chosen one?
I guess you.
You. Guilty. Look into my eyes.
You are not a Ghost Rider.
I was like, are you gonna get it?
I got it. I just had to brain for a second, and you know how I feel about brains.
Yeah, that's not your area of expertise.
Look, it made sense because look at your hand. Your hand was nothing but eyes.
I can do some pretty sick combos with Ghost Rider and Marvel's Capcom 3. But nobody plays with me in that game.
I play with you on rare occasions when I feel like being unhappy.
I'm not allowed to play fighting games with people for this reason. That's why whenever Zeus is around, I'll play Street Fighter with you. You're much better at it than me, but I don't mind losing as long as I can keep going and get better.
I'm the opposite. He has to be like, I have to go. I have things to do today. And I'm like, no, the hell you don't. We're sitting here, we're playing this until I win.
It's 50%.
Whereas the other people, other than him, that are playing fighting games that don't fighting game as often are just like, can I go home now?
I'd like to go home now. That's another infuriate.
Be furious.
I'm going to be very furious.
All right, Reggie. This is about to be a bad day, but I think you'll be okay. I gave him some very heavy armor, so.
Grookly, are you prepared to tank?
Well, I mean, hopefully I'm gonna draw in to throw bolus. Wait, are they? They're not. They're not immune to shackles, so I can make it so that we all get a turn before them.
Flash freeze them, Mr. Fire Mage.
Oh, they're immune to weak. Otherwise, I would have taken the free Curse of Weakness. Curse of Vulnerability for free isn't bad.
Blaze
Oh,
Blue
and I have a
Cross
Curse
Tag
of
Battle.
Nomicon.
I was never much into Blaze Blue. My fighting games of choice were I like all the Marvel games. Some Street Fighters are okay. Smash Bros. Play a lot of. We've done a bit of the Soul Calibur. Not my favorite, but still pretty fun. We've done Tekken. I like the older Tekken games. What else?
Tekken Tag Tournament was, weirdly enough, my favorite Tekken.
I mean, the best Tekken of all time is my favorite Tekken. For the record, that is 3.
Because of Dr. Biskanovich.
Best character in the game.
Gone with the Wind, baby.
I mean, it's either copy this or copy one of these.
And setting up dual wield is not a bad idea when the only other thing you can do is draw a bunch of cards. So it's like,
Can you have 2 dual wields active at once, or do you play it and then?
I think
Dual
what I
wield
do.
again.
Hold on, let's check. Let's check this out.
I think
First
if you
thing-
played the second one, it would not work. I
Well,
honestly
then
don't know.
Titanfall, and then you get the new one, and then you dual wield the Titanfall that you get back, and then just Titanfall again.
Okay, so
Yeah, I think the Titanfall's
Yeah.
just better than Whirlwind.
which
Yeah.
one?
I have front guy. I think the front guy's worse.
Yeah.
All right, now dual wield, and then Titanfall.
It's-
Oh God, that's gross. That's so gross.
Wow. that happened. that was entertaining. I'm glad that I got to do that. More damage. Your turn.
Now I must wiggle you to
Ow.
death.
Don't kill him. Don't kill him.
Ow.
Don't kill him.
Kill the
Don't kill him.
Reginald.
Ow.
Don't kill him. Don't kill him. Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
I'm so glad they took
It's
out the
fine.
additional shield charge at the end, because that was just dumb.
That was
Kill the
dumb.
Reginald.
What am I, a Webbit now?
Yeah.
The Reginald. The Biggs and Reginald.
Ugh.
I don't like it.
Look, I thought you might appreciate that. Come on.
Do I just erase the one? The answer is yes.
Yeah, Mighty Odin, that's me. That's why I don't like playing fighting games against Lee. I too have the reaction time of a dying tree.
See, I like games where I can use. It's not necessarily reaction times, but just me and Scott have very different brain processes. Scott is very smart for tactical things and where you have time to plan and stuff, and I'm much better at making very quick decisions and doing them with a fairly high point of accuracy. And they're both completely, valid ways of thinking. It's just different strengths and weaknesses. And unfortunately, that means that Scott is always mad at me when we play fighting games.
That is a little bit of fury.
Hold on, you should flanking strike. You'll get more.
Flanking strike for 229 damage.
And then Vigorous Fury. And then Murder.
Erase him. I love it.
You should not try to sell me a timeshare because even I hate you. I hate you so much.
He lost his train of thought instantly.
Yeah.
Oh,
you couldn't,
endless fury.
you couldn't sell me a timeshare because I couldn't afford a timeshare.
We open the chest.
As you can clearly see,
glass cannon.
I can't even afford to pay attention.
I'll do wildfire.
Oh.
Well,
Look at this smorgasbord of Nesglect items.
well.
The All-Seeing Amulet is tempting, but I really do need that insane to sight conversion.
Yeah.
Oh, but look at just all that stuff. It's so good.
That's some good stuff right there. Holy crap.
And unfortunately, I don't think any of this is good. A small part of me wants to replace my Hypno Veil with the Night Shield. The Night Veil.
Yeah.
My brain just stopped. Because that would give me some more speed and then some stealth, which is protection and damage. But then I can't protect myself from the crazies.
The crazies.
And I would get a fair amount of crazies. So I guess I'm set, but it feels bad not taking all of this excellent loot. No, you know what? Getting a new Raven Staff.
The old one had a nick in it. I need a new one.
Yeah, this stuff is super tempting. I actually Ankh of Life for Reginald. It's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not damage. No, what you do is you get Night Veil and be like, Grookly, you're tanking now, at least half the time.
Don't think the thought didn't cross my mind, because I'll get hit once.
Once.
And then Grookly becomes the front.
I mean, that wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing because I gain fury when I get hit.
You know, you make a good point.
Go for it. I don't care.
Destiny is so good.
Take it easy, Tribute. Let's have fun. Cock in your bathroom.
Excuse me?
I said what I said.
Yeah, you did.
It's with an L. It's caulking.
Uh-huh.
I know, funny penis joke. But that's what it's called.
What do you call a potato with a penis?
A potato with a penis?
Dictator.
Excuse me.
I heard that joke at work.
This is so funny. A cocktail.
I think we want to go top.
Yeah.
More health makes Titanfall better.
Mo health, mo better.
A spud wiener.
A spweener?
So if you're really good at making your arguments, does that make you a master debater?
Yes. Or a cunning linguist.
There's so little fire here. I think I'll take the cauterize.
But you can get mirror images and then mirror images.
I mean, Tome of Intellect wouldn't be a bad choice. Or
I think I may take that for lack of other good choices.
Yeah, I mean, it was that or the Elemental Ward, which I think the thing would have been better.
Many scrolls. Now much fire.
Even more fire.
Yeah, get caught up in the.
Holy fire.
Yeah.
Oh, you were stealth and then unstealth and then re-stealth and unstealth.
Yeah, because he was marking me. That's rude.
Well,
But at least my stealth is clearing the mark away. Oh, now I'm stealthed. Finally, after all that.
All right.
Alright,
That
Gripples,
happened.
time to tank. You could double that Titanfall. Or you can double the triple infuriate.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, go for it. It's not a bad idea.
I'm not gonna be able to do very much. Well, I mean, I got the
No.
enrage right there.
Yeah. You infuriate and then you flanking strike before you do
Yep.
the second.
Oh yeah,
infuriate.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And you can
And then
enrage to
enrage.
see what you get.
Yeah. Okay, so then you infuriate.
And then you
And then-
can
I
Titanfall
eliminate.
Carnage
I
or
eliminate
Obelisk Carnage.
somebody. Let's see here. He's gonna be. I'm gonna do this one, so that means that Reggie and Nesglik get a turn before them, and then I'm gonna Carnage somebody's face off.
All right. Stealth sheep. Where did that ball come from?
You'll never know. I only have one stealth. It may actually. Well,
It could be worth
I
it.
could stealth Holy Fire and then meditate.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's enough to kill her.
Yeah. See.
Yeah, it is.
I just had
Now
a
we
thought.
meditate.
Oh, I hope you didn't hurt yourself.
Friggin', you might. Friggin', what's his name? Chaos or whatever the hell his name. The final.
Chaos.
The final form of the final boss.
I'm here to kill chaos.
He doesn't have anything that does damage based on fury, does he? Because if he does, then I'm gonna be super hella mega dead.
Yeah, we'll find out.
I guess I'll just do this so that the jump hits
Yeah.
don't get wasted on her.
Get wasted.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
yeah.
Just kill the front guy.
or I could soften him up because you're about to go, so
Yeah,
you can
look,
do some damage. Right?
Kill the front guy so that way I can just use all of my mind visions without having
Okay.
to worry about it.
I mean, it's more damage for me, so I'm not gonna argue. Now kill him.
I'm gonna kill him because I'm trying to kill chaos.
Also, there's some Sanctify on there, so you're gonna feel better in a second.
Chaos.
Finally, God.
Took me long enough.
Sanctification or Holy Fire? I think I'd take the Holy Fire.
Tabula rasa.
I agree. First flashing, then assault. Pretty sure Reginald's just a criminal.
I would have laughed so hard if you actually took the Tabula rasa. It's like, let's just ruin everything.
Do people need card removal?
Well, I just added a meditate, so I'm looking. I guess I would probably get rid of one of my clairvoyances. I think I can run one clairvoyance and be fine.
I don't want to get rid of anything.
So I'll get rid of a clairvoyance. I don't need the two.
I think I'm actually gonna get rid of this Cursonomicon. It's really not doing much for me.
Who would have guessed?
But it's so fun.
I'm not convinced that Cornelius can read.
That's rude.
What does that mean? I can see perfectly fine. Oh, who put that wall in the way?
Look, with enough fire, there are no walls.
Exactly.
Maybe I get rid of one of my flashes.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe.
All right.
Cornelius
help.
knew how to read.
5 or higher, 70%, I believe.
Please. That'd be so nice.
Ta-da!
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's
make
meditate.
this enrage.
I'm gonna turn it blue because I want a little more.
Let's make this infuriate. The good one.
A little more consistent.
There we go.
Yeah, that's fine. Cornelius knew how to read, but then he learned the dangers of reading, so now he burns every book.
Haha.
And combustion.
An old man cultist who burns books seems like a good guy.
Guy. A
Aw,
corrupt sacred ceremony for Reginald.
I would have loved that under different circumstances.
All right.
The circumstances of not today.
Not today.
What do we say to healing cards? Not today.
Not today.
That's fiery things.
Oh,
Oh, you can take Ignite and just set yourself on fire.
I mean, I can set myself on fire with the heat wave too.
Yeah, but it's less on fire.
It's everybody. Fine. Let's see if I can draw it. Well, there's the free flame strike. And there's the free ignite.
There you go. Heart of the cards, baby.
And then Hellflame's gonna make the Ignite even ignitier. Just
This seems fine.
Excellent. I'm applying little bit of burn.
Oh my god.
fire
That,
happened.
That
Oops, all fire.
that holy fire is going to be pretty devastating. Oh, hello, infuriates.
Oh, Reginald.
You
Reginald is much faster than Nezglek now that I have the Night Veil.
There's
Okay,
a
okay.
chance that you can play 4 if you enrage into more enrages.
Yeah.
All right, enrage, war paint, enrage.
Oh.
Oh, it's so
Okay.
close.
No, I can't. I can't.
Yeah,
do...
just infuriate, carnage.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh. It's fine. I could potentially put a colossal hurt on the final boss.
That's the idea. Oh, you can demonic tutor into a demonic tutor.
I could, and it actually wouldn't be a terrible idea under the circumstances, because I kind of want... Although, I think that Holy Storm is pretty good. Especially since I've got the Holy Crusader.
Funny fireman commit arson.
Even if it's on himself.
We're going to do that to get things started. And we can Holy Smite.
Let's get it started, huh? Let's get it started in here. You're doing a couple of things.
Oh, that's a little
That's
sad.
sad. It's
Yeah.
one of the hits is probably
Yeah.
going to get him, but it has to be
The second or
the
further.
second or higher. At least it was the second, not like the last one.
Yeah, that would have been a bit sad. All right, Nezglek, get him. Oh, there's the combo just right off the bat. And that's all you're getting.
Should be plenty though.
Yeah, I was about to say that alone should be enough to just wipe them off the face of the planet. Ta-da.
The game
Come on,
is
game.
really tempting you here.
It's a corrupt heavenly blessing. It's so good.
Also, I want to point out that this run, so far, is proving my point still.
So I hope you understand how painful this is for me.
Look, I want you to understand how painful playing Nezglict is for me, because it's the weakest character in the game. And looking at the combat stats right now proves it.
I think we just rest here, right?
Yeah.
Does anyone actually still need card removal?
What the fuck?
Nah.
Wow. Okay, that's shocking.
What?
I'm not shocked. Fury, man.
I swear it doesn't feel like I've done like hardly any damage until just like very recently.
That is true.
Huh.
I don't think I've ever seen Reginald's because it's boring. So,
Yeah, sure.
I respect you. A pity, old friend.
we used to be cool.
We used to be cool. But now we're not anymore, so get wrecked, scrub.
Yes. Nezglect is clearly the weakest and needs to be buffed. I'm glad that everyone agrees.
Alright. Let's see if we can save our pets.
A free ice comet. I know that it's not on brand, but that's a free Oz comet.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I'll actually take that. Look, Frostburn is a thing.
Yeah,
Yes, but
is.
it doesn't work like that.
Shh. It's okay.
Just, it's gonna be fine. Also, I want to point out that how's he already lost 4 health?
Because of the pet.
Oh, it's Flamey. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like has he already got it also? All right, let's see how much I can infuriate myself so that whenever I get another turn, I hurt him. I hurt him a lot.
If you,
I can do
yeah.
that, but only if I do it last.
Yeah, which is fine.
Oh, and I have 10 powerful right now, so it
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
So don't do it then. It's not worth it. I mean, unless you're wanting to give the rest of us powerful, it's up to you.
I mean, he's still going to do it. It's just that it could be at the end of his
Yeah.
turn.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
$165 burn.
All right, well, let's see what we got going on.
It's
here.
okay.
Um,
I can make him go last. Wait, can I? Can
Yeah.
he? Yeah, he can.
I would just double your enrage of these cards.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
weird that you keep drawing like all of
Yeah.
your enrages and
Yeah, so I'd double an enrage. It'll give you more draw. All right, and then I'd say just keep enraging until you find something good to dual wield. Carnage isn't bad. Yeah, keep going. Oh, you can be angry.
Can. I have plenty of infuriates, so I may just go ahead.
Well,
and play
flanking
that.
strike.
Yeah,
first,
no, obviously, yeah.
And then do your last enrage because you got one more card draw on you, and it's not over energy.
it
well,
would be.
it
Well,
will be
flanking
over
strike
too.
first, and then enrage.
Ooh,
Yeah, you can dual wield that if you wanted to.
I probably should actually.
Dual wield that, and then at the end infuriate.
Yeah, that would actually be quite a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, can stack it up quick.
Yeah, it's like between the
Yeah.
Fury from dual wield and from the Furious Slash.
So Fury Slash again and then Infuriate, is that
Yeah.
what it was?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's gonna take time to murder him. We got time. Well,
Should I throw bolus him?
that would allow me to go before him. So
Do you care about that? Or do you want me to Carnage?
Actually, you
Me-
probably want
yeah.
to go after him because he'll
yeah,
summon all of his
he's gonna summon all of his
minions.
dudes. Yeah, so just carnage him.
Okay, Carnage him then. Blap, blap, blap. Alright then.
If anything, it's a little sad that Reginald is going before him because I also have a lot of AoE usually.
That is going to be
Well,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah. I was gonna say these holy fires are going to be.
I was just saying
Spicy.
how it's like, oh, it's sad that I'm going before him because of all my AoE, and I drew all my single target. I'm not unhappy about that. I'm actually not certain if I want to play this last meditate.
Sure you do.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna do that,
Well,
like
I guess I
Radiant Assault
do
first.
because, and then I can tutor into.
Okay. Holy Crusader? Or Crescent Light?
Purging
Crescent
Ray?
Ham, wasn't it?
You can just get like Purging Ray or just Holy Crusader.
Purging Ray?
Oh, I was looking at your deck before you'd click the card, so I didn't see what your.
Oh, I might just get the Divine Grace, honestly. Because the thing, like, Holy Crusader's really good, but it's especially good with AoE, so it's like I kind of want that
get Divine
next
Grace
turn.
then. Set up for the
So
next
I'll get more Bless now. And this gets rid of all that vulnerable from the tutors.
Yeah, it's even better.
And that, reduce some costs. Get that, get more blessing, reduce more costs. Holy fire!
Holy fire! Blap, blap, blap.
Alright, it did it. And now I'm gonna get all of my AoE attacks. I wish we had a way to slow them down, but
I do have a way to slow them down.
to some degree.
To some degree. It all depends on how I draw. Well, since it's,
You have
technically
all
very
of your
good.
draw.
a little unfortunate.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, there's the other
Yeah.
prophecy.
okay, so then we're gonna do that, and then we'll do that, and then we'll do that.
Come on, there it
there's
is.
the combo.
There we go. There
you
we
drew
go.
literally every card, so which one are you putting back?
Probably the mind visions because I want to do more. Ooh, ee.
Ooh, ee, ah.
We'll put that on you. Just hold on to that for me.
Ting tang. Walla walla bing
Walla
bang.
bing bang. So it's all gonna go away. Do as much
Now,
as
do you
can.
eliminate one of them, or do you do boss damage?
It
Well, I
might
don't
be better.
think it'll be close to elimination. I don't know if it will be
Oh
elimination.
yeah, it wouldn't actually kill them.
I mean, if you use both mind vision. Well, actually, no, you can only use one.
Yeah, I would love to use both. Wouldn't it be great? Welcome home, Jen, and hope your travels went well. I think taking out one of these guys is more beneficial than it is not beneficial.
Yeah, and he might slow down enough that
Yeah.
Grookly will get a turn. Yeah, with the chill.
Chill.
Oh, the
There
dispels.
goes all that. Oh, look at that. They all dispelled. Because why not?
It's fine.
It's not like I wanted to set up things.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't care, Grookles.
He's still got the 10 vulnerable
He's
on him
got-
at least. But he
Look at-
also fully healed from all the damage that we did, which was like
Can-
a couple thousand.
Can we look at Grookly's Fury just for a quick hot second?
Nah, it's
Yeah,
fine. Don't worry about
do
it.
things. And
Don't
you
worry
got
about
one
it.
attack and it's front monster.
Well, he's very dead.
Blood Rage.
No,
Might
I got
onslaught
more. I got
into
more than
something.
Yeah, Onslaught.
And pray it's the carnage, because otherwise
Oh
you
my
can't.
god! Look at this! Look at this! I've never seen that much in a single hit. Oh my fucking god!
Look, it's slightly
So-
bigger if you Vigorous Fury.
That's what she said. Well,
Yeah, so he's dead.
That one's dead, and
Oh, you
Yeah.
got the carnage.
Go for
That was
it.
the only thing you could have played.
so I feel a little more justified in my Nesglex needs to be buffed all of a sudden.
You're gonna be like, Grookly clearly needs to be nerfed into oblivion. Thank you.
Yep, I just looking at the damage numbers, I don't think we're catching up.
Nah, you got a chance. Come on, man. All you have to do is bereave.
Oh, trust me, I'm in my bereavement period right now.
You heard it here first. Lee's on his period.
Again, Scott, I can't stress this enough. I know where you live. Also, our pets are gone.
Oh God.
That hurt. A little bit. I'm assuming he just dealt damage to us based on how much burn he has.
It's possible.
That's not a bad holy fire.
Holy fire.
Oh.
I'm just in awe in the amount of damage that I just did. In one hit. That was that was something else.
Uncapped Fury is a silly thing. Yeah, stop having buffs.
Get him, Reginald.
Oh, I'm getting him. I did a little bit of damage.
Are we getting a heal before the next phase? I can't remember.
I think you automatically go to full for next phase.
Okay, cool. So you can just go ham on him as much as you possibly can.
Eh.
Well, there you go.
Three cause expected prophecy.
I did it.
Oh, there's a Titanfall.
You won't be able to infuriate
I can't
Titanfall, but I think tripling 2,247 Fury is more hilarious.
I mean, I'll still be able to see how much damage Titanfall would do, but I'm not going to be able to do it. He's going to die from Carnage anyway.
Yeah, he'll be dead either way, but yeah, you could...
Oh, God.
That is 20,000 Fury. I think that Carnage is doing more damage than the Titanfall was by a fairly substantial margin.
I am thoroughly enjoying what's happening right now. This is great.
Well, do it.
Blah!
That was a little bit excessive.
I love everything of what just happened.
Rewind to the beginning of this run when Viper was just like, I don't know if I want to play Grookly. I feel like he doesn't really do as much damage as you guys. And
He did. Look, for the vast majority of it, he didn't. But once we got here and I had everything lined up, and that mirror right there just really set it off. Then he suddenly became just the broken of the most broken of the most broken OP.
Which further fuels Nesglex needs a buff.
He doesn't give a shit about Nesglex.
Yeah, you currently have 10 times the damage of anyone else.
About damn time that I finally be the master of the damage. Look, you said you wanted maximum damage. I have delivered. You're welcome.
I don't know why you get so passive-aggressive. I'm happy for you. You don't gotta be mad about it.
Look, I have enraged. I gotta be angry.
Oh,
onslaught?
shackling him is nice. What are you gonna
no-
double?
Well, I mean, I could double the double. Should I do that?
I actually like doubling the enrage here just for the energy and the draw, honestly.
Okay,
It's probably not a bad idea.
we'll do. Which I drew into Enrage because, you know, why not?
Well,
Yeah, so
Yeah,
enrage,
let's keep
like
let's keep
see
enraging.
what you get.
yeah, you
Shouldn't
could do one
enrage
more enrage,
too much.
and then you can
Okay,
Is
war
it a
so
war
paint.
paint?
regular. Okay, okay.
Okay. Probably.
Throw Bolas and then enrage some more.
Yeah, that's what
Oh,
I'm
I was
doing.
gonna say onslaught with
Yeah.
it so that you get the
Yeah,
energy.
he could
reduction.
he could set up onslaught for next turn.
Well, it's just it would reduce the cost of the infuriates.
Yeah, but does he want to do them right now, or does he want to wait a cycle to let him really kick off and then double them with the mirrors?
You could.
How many draw? I should still have two. No, I've only got one left in my draw pile.
I would hold off a round. Let your fury get a little bit higher. But that's just
So
me.
do you
Yeah,
want to just like
I think I'll
carnage and then
carnage
set up
onslaught. Yeah, carnage onslaught, and then just hold on to my energy. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Yeah, we'll let it ride for now. But if I see, if I draw into an infuriate, I'm going to play it just so he gets mirrored.
Might as well do this now, because next turn he's going to be in the Holy Resist phase. And he only summons one Shadow Clone anyway, so AoE is not as important. But the Bless is.
On the fire!
Then. I'm half tempted to save the Crescent Light until the Shadow Clone shows up, but I won't know if I draw it. I probably won't, because... Well, he doesn't summon it until turn 2. Yeah, because it's really not going to do much if I play it now. So
Yeah,
we'll just...
hold on to it.
Holy Fire, Radiant Assault.
He's assaulting with radiance.
Radiance!
Okay, well, I have meditates. I have meditates. I have meditates. Expect the prophecy.
Expect the. Well, there you go.
Oops. No, that's fine.
It's fine.
It could have been worse. I guess I do this still. Ugh, my damage is peanuts!
I don't know what your problem is. Why aren't you hitting for 7,000 damage?
Ow.
70,000 damage.
Because I'm not furious enough.
I've been slowed, so he gets
Well,
another turn.
he skipped the Holy phase, resistance-wise, so I'm okay with that. And the Fire phase, actually. Because it's Holy Fire and Slashing. So, actually, that was the resistance buff that was bad for most of us.
Huh.
Ah, god dang it!
Did I get my scroll? I did get my clairvoyant scroll.
Oh, that's a double combustion, and he hasn't dispelled the burn stacks yet. I should feel good about the amount of damage I just did, but... you know.
But there's a good chance that Grookly ends it this turn, depending on what he draws. Double the dual wield. Because then you can.
That could work, because that's
Yeah.
also more fury, too.
Yeah. So then you Titanfall, probably him in his face.
Well, you should war paint, because
Oh,
it's
yeah,
more
yeah.
powerful, and you'll see what you draw.
That's true.
Okay, that's more
Yeah.
fury. Although, not with the dual wield.
Yeah,
I think you still
you still
Titanfall.
Titanfall first.
Do I hit this guy here instead?
Full boss face.
I
Just
would
go
go
nuts.
for the boss, yeah.
Now, Enrage, because why not? Vigorous Fury, because why not?
Doing anything? I mean,
You're definitely going to Flanking Strike before you dual wield Titanfall again. Yeah, and then I would Vigorous Fury, dual wield, Titanfall, and then Titanfall again, and then Carnage. And then all that hit the front guy.
all right. See, the reason I was concerned about killing the front guy is if I draw into Furious Strike.
Eh.
I have 6 stealth,
You're
and yet I'm still not doing that much damage with it.
you're very stealthy.
Anything you want to purge off of him?
I might purge the too fast on
Yeah.
the
Get
clone.
rid of that. It might make him slow enough to where I get to go before him.
You'll bring him down to 19, so it won't.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter.
unfortunate.
Eh.
Oh, what have you done?
Ow.
I'm not even gonna play that demonic tutor.
But you can get the flash. I'm going to try my darndest to finish him off this round.
I'd say you probably got a good chance of it.
He does still have all those sight stacks,
Yeah.
and I don't think you even bother playing the martyrdom.
Don't even martyrdom. He's gonna be dead before that even becomes an issue.
Oh, if only you had a tiny bit more energy.
I have to try.
Well, doing that each time does apply a little bit more insane every time.
Yeah.
So, I should have clairvoyanced first. For some reason in my brain, I was like, I'm going to get another mind vision, and not remembering that it's going to cost 1 more.
Don't dispel, don't dispel. Oh yeah, he's not dispelling. That's right, they changed this shadow clone. He always just does dark constraint.
Oh, he's got 4 health.
He's getting
Oh, there
divine
he goes.
retributed.
Yay.
What a way to finish it. So, if we look at the damage numbers here, you can clearly see that Nezglect was in last place and needs to be buffed. My social experiment is complete. Thank you very much. Also, Grookly with Fury is dumb.
Yeah, with multiple
I-
infuriates, it gets stupid.
I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Shocking.
I've never done anything as dumb as that the entire time that I've done this.
The funny thing is, if the fight somehow goes on longer, the longer the fight goes, you can keep exploiting the mirror to keep infinitely infuriating, because even though
Yeah.
infuriate has vanish, you can just infuriate at the
Infuriate
start of your
once.
turn, get a
Yeah.
copy with mirror, but not play the
But
copy,
not play the copy.
and then next turn you draw the copy and copy it with the mirror again.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I loved what just happened.
I do too, because it further proves my point that Nezglect needs a buff. He is too weak.
Nah.
Yeah, you did the least amount of damage, and yeah, I mean, you weren't even tanking like Reginald up there. So what are you even doing here?
Being worthless. It's okay because I've applied 7 burn and 2 poison.
I'm happy for you.
Cornelius did more poison damage than you. What's up?
Oh, look, Cornelius is a better damage dealer than me.
Yeah.
Proven.
Clearly.
Nezglect is officially a healer now. Oh, so sad.
So sad.
I do like that because of Sanctify, Reginald actually did compete a little bit with Healing Done, despite not, like, actively... Well, and I guess technically his starter card
Yeah.
healed a little bit, but...
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Another very silly run. Now I feel like we need to do Team Full Furious to go absolute stupid. Just...
Well, I mean, at that point, it's just going to be like who gets the most fury first and does a billion damage to whoever.
A billion damage? Oh,
Billion
man.
damage.
And then I'll play the healer, and I'll bring clarities so that I can purge fury.
Tabula rasa.
Tabula rasa.
Well, that was a fun little run. And I think that's a good place to end the stream.
Industry?
End the stream. I'll be streaming again tomorrow evening, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, should be some fun. Thank you for coming out today. See you guys tomorrow. New YouTube video coming out like 20-ish minutes. So, have a good one. See y'all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.